It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor of mankind has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by will of the gods and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the vast imperium of man, for whom thousands of souls are sacrificed daily, so that he may never truly die. Yet even in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Mighty battle fleets cross the demon-infested miasma of the warp, the only route between distant stars. Their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. The greatest among his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors. Their comrades in arms are Legion, the Imperial Guard and countless planetary defense forces, the ever-vigilant Inquisition, and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, to only name a few. But for all their multitudes, they are barely enough to hold off the ever-present threat to humanity from aliens, heretics, mutants, and far, far worse. To be a man in such times is to be one amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much of it has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim dark future there is only war. There is no peace among the stars, only an eternity of carnage, slaughter, and the laughter of the thirsting gods. Hello everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, we do mini-campaigns, we do long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, we are paying our reverence to the Emperor of Mankind and playing some 40k Wrath and Glory. In case you couldn't tell by the introduction, shit's bleak. The world is dark. It is called the Grimdark for a reason, and we are playing one of the most, what's the word for it? Sacrificeable? If that's not a word, it is now. The most sacrificeable faction, the Imperial Guard.
I think it's the word is sacrificial.
No. No, sacrificeable.
Disposable?
Disposable works. Combination of all those things. We're playing the Imperial Guard. But before we get into it, I do want to give everyone a chance to tell you who they are, who they're playing, and then we will jump into just a little bit of scene setting. We will go clockwise, starting to my immediate left, and no one knows who I'm going to say. I'm the only one that knows. This is the best part. But we're starting with Morgan.
Divine Emperor, be with us as we take our places as the defenders of mankind. I am Morgan Stutler. I'm an actor and voice actor. I have been on here several times, and tonight I'll be playing Varen of the Wrath.
And what was Varen's moment of calling for the Emperor?
When he was quite young, Varen was among those decanted in a particular batch on his home world, designated as to be a tech thrall for the vast forges of the Omnissiah. And yet, it was the Ministorum that called to him. A priest found him amongst his fellows and noted his fervor, and in the Emperor's light, he was granted strength.
Lovely. With that, we will move on up to Vivian.
Hi, I'm Viv. Pleasure to meet everybody. I will be playing Sister Yvetta Aklensa, today. She's a member of the Adeptus Sororitas, a Sister Hospitaller of the Order of Our Martyred Lady. Heretics crave the cleansing fire of absolution. They need not fear, for we shall deliver it to them. She is devoted, focused, but she cares about it. She's a healer first and foremost, unless the Emperor calls for war, which he may today.
Often. Fun fact, that's my second favorite Sisters of Battle faction, behind the Ebon Chalice.
Mm-hmm. But looking forward to the game.
Yeah. That brings us... Ooh, I have the wrong layout set up. Whoops.
Yep.
There we go. That brings us over to Frank. Give me a second. You go ahead. I'm going to fix that.
Okay. I am Frank. I'm going to be playing Gamma tonight. Inquisitorial Acolyte, serving for his holy order, with a general interest in, with under the cult Mechanus, so sort of techie, sort of
Yeah.
inquisitorial. It's gonna be pretty fun.
Heck yeah. I think we kind of covered Sister Yvetta's calling to the Emperor. But what was Gamma's calling to the Emperor? Or has he not really had a calling? Was he just like inscripted and here you are?
I think Gamma is one of many of the acolytes that are just sort of batch selected, and this is sort of Gamma's opportunity to shine. It's a rather serious mission with high importance, and then this is going to be a good place for Gamma Zeta 45 to prove their worth.
Absolutely. And that brings us over to Kai.
Hi all. I'm going to be playing Samuel Sootwalker. General Brunt. For the Imperium, Imperial Guardsman. With a taste for fire. So I imagine he and the lovely sister will get along just peachy. Not a man of many words, but and pretty much born into this life from parents who were also members of the war machine.
Considering that entire planets are they just say, hey, everyone on this planet, you're now in the Imperial Guard. Let's go. That makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, that's but basically a instead of putting bullets in people, he prefers to pave the holy path to the Empire in the ashes of his enemies.
As the Emperor wills. All right, and then that brings us down to James.
Hello there. I am Klaus. I will be a sacrificial lamb, so they say. I am more than willing to die for my emperor, as I am wholly devoted. Maybe not so religiously, but I will die for them, if need be.
And is oh, that's not the song I play. Whoops.
I was jamming.
Oh, there's no such thing as country western in the 44th millennium.
Well,
you
you
find
see that I grew up on the dark frontier, killing them orcs since I was a little boy.
I
we
mean,
need the full intro again, but with the full redneck going.
that's some
In the
planet still
dark
might be.
future of
Who
the
knows?
41st millennium.
But what was Klaus's awakening to the Emperor?
Oh, since birth, and my parents were very, very deep followers. And so I was taught since I was a very, very little child that one day I will die in the name of the Emperor. And that is all my life's goal is to do, is to die trying to defend his honor and his glory. And anybody who stands in his way will get shot to death.
Of
We
course.
must love our Emperor. He is very, very, very kind to us.
Of course. The Emperor protects.
Exactly. You've already understood the assignment, I see.
Of course, I'm Andrew, your games master for the evening, and for most evenings around here, although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM's chair in the coming weeks, because we got a bunch of great people around here that want to tell a bunch of great stories, and I am here to support it. But, with that, I suppose we should hop on in and tell a little bit of scene setting, a little bit of backstory. As you all know, a certain Imperial Guard colonel by the name of Walter Kurtz had discovered a ruined temple dedicated to chaos deep within the jungle death world of Galmor. It's there that the reports get a little fuzzy. Most say that he simply disappeared, possibly dying in the name of the Emperor, or other fates you may not wish to think of. You five were selected, the mission granted from the word of the Emperor himself, to go to investigate, to find out what happened to this Colonel Kurtz, being that he was such a strategic genius. Should his knowledge and expertise fall into the wrong hands, it could be disastrous for the local star system. So with that in mind, we'll start riding in the back of a small ship, small comparatively to most of the battle fleet ships you see in the Imperium. The pilots, the tech marine, the small handful of crew just busily going about their work, while the five of you ride on like cargo. We can go down the line. Once again, telling everyone, or giving everyone a description of what your character looks like and what they've been doing to pass this long stretch of days of... It's hard to put a pinpoint on time. Space travel's weird. But we'll go reverse order this time, starting with Klaus. Why don't you give us a description?
Klaus is a I forgot because we also changed the model in between because apparently the last one wasn't very well. Very very rough. Jesus Christ, the music is so very loud. Rough clothing that has clearly been damaged before. He has a banner on the back, on his back, so that it is the symbol of the Space Marines, and it has a bit of bloodstains on it, as if it has seen battle a few times. Just absolutely decked out in various weaponry, and to pass the time, he's just fiddling with his gun. He's known as the Breaker when in combat, and so you can see him. Sorry, you can see her started to get a little amped up and getting very, very angry as we get further and further closer to our destination, so to say.
And seated across from Klaus, Samuel.
Samuel is looks to be spaced out, but if you knew him well, you'd realize that this is sort of like a pre-battle meditation state. And if you knew him really well, if anyone ever saw that video for the Meet the Pyro from Team Fortress 2,
Oh, hell yes.
that is very much what's going on in his little mind. But with a good deal more well, a little bit more fire, as if that were possible. So he's got just jet black hair, it's very short cropped. You almost can't see it at all if he's got his helmet on, except for the little bit where it comes down to the nape of his neck. And the Imperial, he's got it shaved into the Imperial Eagle back there. And doesn't speak much to anybody, but when he does, it is a little distressing. In the sound of his voice, it sounds basically like he's been chewing on gravel for the last week and a half. So, he's just sitting there vibing for now, but the armor is you can see on his boots where it seems like where he's polished his armor, it almost seems like he's taken great care to not remove the soot stains from his
Symbol
boots.
of pride, absolutely. All right. And seated next to that pair, Gamma.
So Gamma is pretty devoutly focused to the Inquisition, probably reading some literature or maybe tinkering with some small device. I don't think a lot of the Inquisition, their cohorts, like that Gamma is into machines and the cult mechanica so much. So it's more when they leave the direct supervision that they get to more experiment with their technical side of their interests. So maybe tinkering with a small device as we approach.
It's always good to do your best to appease the machine spirit. And sitting across from Gamma, Sister Yvette.
For most of like the early stages of the trip, assuming it's taken a couple days, she spent a good bit of time, getting to know each and every person, kind of mentally identifying, oh, that elbow looks weak, we might have to fix that later. Kind of just trying to assess the medical needs of everybody. But at this point in time, as we get closer, she's kind of more insular, a little bit more secluded. She's got the Adeptus Sororitas power armor on. It's not bulky, it's sleek, it's feminine, it's matte black with silver trim. Because she's a Sister Hospitaller, she also has her white habit, and then kind of cloth, almost like holy robes, coming off of her armor. But she kind of is sitting now engrossed in a book, the Fede Imperialis, and is doing, for those more familiar with the ways of the Imperium and its ecclesiarchy and its religion, she is speaking the battle prayer of the Adeptus Sororitas, going through it slowly again and again. And you see with each kind of repetition to it, there's a little more energy and almost she's building up a little bit of a fervor. So while she's staying calm, you can tell she's kind of coiling herself like a snake.
I do have a question for the lovely sister Yvette.
Sure.
Has she or any of her numbers or battle sisters ever converted over to the Sisters Repentia?
I honestly don't know. I think for her, she has kind of such a skill as a hospitaller, that she kind of was shoehorned into it, and she is very good at what she does. But maybe that's not exactly what she wants to be, and she definitely sees herself more in a desire sense, maybe not necessarily her skill, and to a degree she's accepted, we do what the Emperor requires of us, but there is a piece of her that is, I want to be on the front lines, I want to embody Celestine herself,
to fight alongside Celestine.
100%. Like she's still relatively new to it, she hasn't been in the heaviest of stuff yet, and so she's a little green and still has that, like, as a lot of people do in the Imperium, that idol worship of those who they endeavor to be like.
For anyone that doesn't... Oh, go ahead.
And she's just psyching herself up to bring, like, Celestine's fury itself.
For anyone that doesn't know, Celestine is as close to a god as any real living figure left in the Imperium. This is an individual, a battle sister that flies on literal wings of fire, melts down army fields of, heretics and beasts and cultists and mutants, and dies only to be reborn and do it all over again. For most people, she's an actual angel. But that leaves us with Baron.
Varen has, during the majority of the trip, been seated in his...
Right now.
Oops, sorry.
Please look.
Oh, that's not for you. Don't worry about it. It's the voice in my head that is constantly talking. Sometimes I mutter to myself, and then all of a sudden my voice changes completely to another
I actually
person.
think that was the navigator.
Oh, the navigator. Oh, I confuse the two sometimes. It gets so annoying.
You've mentioned about 5 times now. They have very similar accents.
Violet just clicks the comms back on. I told you, get off our comms.
Varen has been just seated in his chair, praying for the most part. He is a little smaller than his presence makes him seem. Those of you who have seen Varen around have noted that this guy is like, he is a 5-pound dog that has 20-pound dog energy.
A little chihuahua.
He is not small, but he's not a big guy. That being said, he speaks with intensity. He acts with intensity. The coiled snake thing that Sister Yvette has is something that he never really switches off. He's dressed in ecclesiarchal robes that are threadbare, but they're still durable. They're very worn. He has clearly had a while since he got a last change of clothes. He wears simple sandals on his feet that look like they were handmade. He has 2 things that make him stand out. One, he has a thick mass of what initially look like dreadlocks, and then you see there are cables, braided cables, sticking out of his skull at various points that end in just chopped off ends of wiring. His face, he keeps covered most of the time. There's a mask made from a human skull with an Imperial Aquila and a number underneath it, with two big red lenses covering his eyes. It doesn't seem to have straps. The few times that people have seen him take it off, it literally just clips off of his face with a couple of studs that are driven into his head.
Yep, that about
his eyes are less scary when he's got the mask on.
All right. Well, as your trip approaches its end, you'd all be able to look out the small bay window over the death world of Galmor. The pilot leans back in the chair. You hear the static of the comms as everyone aboard the small vessel is suddenly hailed, letting you know the planetary governor wishes to send you a welcoming message. Should be good. Hopefully give you some place to start. Well, with the looks of it, there's enough interference down there from the fog cover, the dense forest. Don't think we'll be able to provide much support throughout most of this. But once you've accomplished your mission, radio us. We'll find a place to pick you up. Emperor be with you.
You will provide.
He will.
The small screen there at the aft of the cargo bay where you've all been stationed for a while now comes to life with the face of an old grizzled man, probably early 70s. It's just this perfectly pristine and pressed military attire with a small regiment of Imperial soldiers lined up behind him as he talks. Greetings. We appreciate the assistance in looking into this matter. I've already provided landing coordinates for your pilot, but we believe Sector 18B to be where you're going to find our good friend, Kurtz. I don't know how much they shared with you on your way here, but we believe that Kurtz, or at least his influence, may have fallen to the side of chaos. This is an individual that was sent here many years ago to deal with the swelling chaos cult amongst the miners. Now, after he disappeared, we believed simply died. Now, we've seen his hit-and-run tactics, targeting supply lines, targeting nearby planets. Cannot let this stand. You've been provided with travel in the form of a... Andrew needs to look up what the heck it's called. A half-track truck.
Ooh.
We've also provided a survival kit for each of you. If you find any trace of the influence of chaos, burn it. Leave nothing behind, no matter the cost. And the transmission.
Shall meet the end of all foes of the Emperor.
The transmission goes
Holy
dead.
fire.
Is there anything else that any of you would like to do to prepare? So you are about to be hot dropped down the planet side.
Nothing that comes to mind.
Make sure I have all the ammo I need to kill anything that gets in my way. Oh,
Alright.
and I say a very quick prayer, hoping for a long and very painful death.
That's what we can all hope for.
It is the only way to die in glory.
If I may.
Oh, please, I love a good speech.
Emperor of man, overseer of all things right, whose powers none can resist, save and deliver us, we beseech, from the hands of our enemies, by granting us dominion over them. Show us the path to victory, that we might produce it in your undying name.
Amen. There is perfect, no notes.
Well spoken, brother.
I like to picture that Klaus is just a little bit Christian, which hasn't existed for many thousands of years, but Klaus's family just hold on to it.
Oh, we are evangelical is the sense of the emperor specifically. This Christian I have not heard of before. I heard Jesus was a very cool dude. However, died many millennia ago. So I am a little bit confused. However, the emperor I am very, very aware of. I love him very, very much.
Don't sue his
He-
Catholic
he
Church.
gives us many good gifts.
All right. With that, you feel the rocky descent as your dropship starts to break through the atmosphere. Those of you that strapped yourselves in would kind of be tossed back and forth. Those of you that have no need for such safety precautions would feel yourselves getting pulled to the side of the ship and then to the other side of the ship, and then feel yourself lift up into the air a good 1.5 feet and then come slamming back down. But eventually you break through. Now seeing the infinite expanse, barely seeing the tops of the thick forest floor underneath the very thick and very nearly impassable mist and fog that covers the entirety of the planet, it would seem. The shuttle breaks through to the best that it can to the cleared landing zone. The bay doors open, and I think this is probably where I needed the very first roll from everyone.
I don't know what you heard, whatever it is, I did not start it.
Let's go for just an athletics strength roll. So if you click athletics, it should automatically add your strength score to it.
Hmm.
Ooh,
There's a complication for me.
that is a wrathful
Yeah?
complication. From two
I
of you.
had something good happen. So, the 1 point of glory is added to the group pool. I want a very Halo style fall.
Kraus, that is 6 successes on a DN.
Oh yes,
On a DN
can you
3
tell
test.
I am built to do one thing and one thing only? To die in epic glory? It's to shoot
So-
things.
Because it was only DN3, that means you have 3 extra icons that you can use to shift. You can spend one of those to gain an extra glory point for the party.
Okay.
Flip the rules reference here.
Oh boy, I do not have the rules reference open right now, but I will real quick. I did not think I was going to fucking roll this.
So you can improve the quality of the action, you can improve the speed, or you can gain more information about the scene.
I would like to gain more information about the scene, please.
You spend 1 to gain extra glory, 1 to gain information, and you have 1 left because you rolled extremely high.
Can I aid one of my allies who did not do so very
Sure.
hard on the roll?
We'll say that your last one is going to give one of your allies a success because they did not roll so good.
Yeah, I know that I put all of the points into strength and toughness, so I will aid people in their descent.
Which one?
Oh boy, which one failed the best?
They all failed pretty bad.
Oh,
I had
Jesus.
0 successes.
I failed by 1.
I think the one who had 0 successes. I did not hear which one.
Hi.
Oh, yes, Yvette. You shall get an aid on this. I played very, very hard to die, and it did not happen for me. So, at least you be blessed.
Samuel, I don't think you rolled. Or I'm not seeing it at
Yeah.
least.
I did. Let me. I think I did.
Kraus, Yvetta, Varen, and Gamma.
Okay, let me try again. There we go. Okay. Did that work?
It did.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, the only person that's fully succeeded was Klaus. And who were you helping?
Oh, Yvette, because
Yvette.
they got 0 successes, and we need to change that real quick.
So, Varen, because of your wrathful failure, some technology in the scene malfunctions. This could be something you own, something you're interacting with, or something in the environment. What is it?
Honestly, I'm thinking the ship.
It would make sense. As the ship, comes rocketing down, slows its descent, it's still a good, 20-foot drop that you have to leap out. Klaus manages to get out, no problem, land, but as the rest of you start to go, the engine just starts to shudder, and there's just this small internal explosion that causes it to quickly start to rock back and forth. The rest of you have to either bail now, or you aren't going to be able to jump, and it's just a mass of you all plummeting. Sister Yvette, you are considered to have succeeded because of Klaus's extreme level of success, who I'm sure is just waiting there, just ready to help catch you.
She just fought Princess Carrie.
Oh, yeah. I have my arms fully out. Like, it's not as much as, catching it like this, but rather, holding it like a beam and trying to catch it like this, hoping the God would crush me and kill me for good. But however, I am too strong, and I just catch them, and there's small seconds of this moment that I did not die. However, I'm very proud that I was able to pull off this feat of strength.
Sorry, I'm not that heavy.
You are wearing
I
Ceramite
mean, this
armor.
is the best way possible,
True,
but you could be.
True, she is wearing power armor.
Yeah. Basically, extra
I have 4 in
reinforced
strength,
steel.
however, so that should even it out a little bit.
Yvette, you did also roll a complication. The environment changes. Masonry collapses, revealing another path or potential foe. The terrain becomes difficult, flooded, or visibility lowers. I actually have something for you.
Sure.
Will you roll a d6, please?
D6. 6.
A 6. Beautiful. The rest of you land hard. Whether it's flat on your back, on your shoulder, on a knee, some awkward landing position as you were all jettisoned out of the side of the ship before it rocketed back up into the sky. Everyone except for Sister Yvette and Klaus would take 1 point of damage, which you can make a determination test if you'd like to try to mitigate that 2 shock.
Sure.
Does that work?
You go to under injury determination. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll convert that to shock.
You are fine. So you have 1 point of shock.
Sorry, I'm still finding things here.
The combat tab.
It's under
Okay,
injuries.
shock, defense, resilience. Oh, so
Yep, same thing. You can convert that 1 damage into shock. Gamma, would you like to do the same thing?
No, I'm gonna take the wound. I've only
the
got 3 shock for my cap, so.
Okay.
There.
As you see the massive shuttle just shake as it takes back up into the air, you all have a moment. Look around, hearing the sounds of the jungle, barely having any vision through this thick fog everywhere. As we were promised, you do have a full half-track truck waiting for you. A marvel of engineering that can hold a small platoon of soldiers. It runs on 2 tank-like tracks. It's not quick, it's not quiet, but it will get you where you're going safely.
It is perfect.
Klaus and Yvetta's, the 2 of you, watch the others picking themselves up, checking, making sure nothing's broken. I will give the 2 of you a chance to make an awareness test, if you would like to.
Sure.
Okay.
Warp interference, great. I'm gonna hang on to that one.
That is good news, right?
Well, Yvetta, as the others are picking themselves up and Klaus is seemingly staring off towards the truck, kind of in his own little world, you catch her own little world. You catch movement in the fog, something just barely on the edge of your vision. Even as you whip your head over, it's hard to make out anything, but there is something out there. You are able to take some form of action, whatever you'd like to do, before we jump into combat.
She'll point it out. Something in the fog there, and she'll pull her las pistol.
GM, real quick question
Mhm.
before we go into a full combat mode. One of the things I spent some points on was getting more information about the environment. Was that the truck or was that something else?
Oh yes, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I will say that as you were descending, since you were like at the door ready to go, you would have had a better view of the terrain as you were dropping, and I will give you +1 dice to any survival checks to navigate.
Oh, that is so generous. Thank you very much, my Emperor.
All right. Wait, music back. Oh.
This shall suffice.
as this thing is pointed out to you. A almost fox, almost cat-like creature, but massive in size. Teeth that extend out a good foot out of its mouth. Almost saber-tooth, but even more feral, more blood-soaked, more bloodthirsty. This thing, silent as the night, darts out of the mist and is going to take a leap towards you all. But thankfully you are not surprised. We're going to start combat as normal, which means that you, as the players, you get to go first. I feel like it's only fair that Sister Yvette would go first, being the one that saw it.
Yeah. She will kind of move behind the side of the half track, trying to get a little bit of cover. Aim her las pistol. Let out a good old for the Emperor. Take a shot with her las pistol.
You are looking at probably range 8 at the moment.
Okay. And how would I roll that?
In your character sheet under combat,
Mm-hmm.
you should see a las pistol under your weapons.
Right. I clicked it. It won't let me roll it?
Go to your gear tab and make sure you've got it equipped.
I do. Oh, I gotta click it in combat. Sorry, I'm being dumb. Range is 8. Is that short, medium, or long?
That's going into medium range for a las pistol.
Yep.
Medium range. Okay, thank you. And I did not aim. I moved.
Against this thing, it is defense. Oh, it is defense 6.
I don't know. I don't think that's gonna hit them.
No. Just taking that moment to draw the pistol, not even have time to aim so much, is just point and shoot. Just letting the last pistol just ring out into the mist. It seems to quickly just dart left and right, evading the shots, and is continuing its sprint towards you all.
Okay.
Quick question.
Mhm.
So for my flamer, do we have to track ammunition and stuff like that?
So if you roll a 1 on the wrath die, there are events that can... They basically empty your weapon, they make you spend a reload to use it again. But otherwise, unless there's some complication or whatever, you are considered to have plenty of ammo.
Okay. Suppose this is no Warhammer, so
Yeah. Alright, well, the Galmoran Sabertooth Vulpine is going to go. Can attack with both its claws and its saber teeth in the same round. Neat. It's going to do so. It's going to sprint up to Sister Yvette with its move of a lot, because monsters are ridiculous. And it's going to use first its teeth and then its rending claws.
Okay.
I'm really hoping... Oh, that's not going to. No! I think if I roll d6s, it's just gonna roll d6s. Yep, it will. Hey, 1 second. I did not think about that.
You can click it to see the results of each dice.
But I can't set aside one for a wrath die, but I guess I could just roll one separately. That's fine. These are the normals, and then the wrath die. That's 1, 2, only 3 successes. And a 1 on the wrath die. What is your defense?
My defense is 1.
So it's definitely going to hit.
Which I thought was higher because the power armor. But
I think the
no, it's
power
your
armor
resilience.
reduces.
right, resilience goes up.
So that is...
That's why that's 8.
That's 9 points of damage. Which I don't think that even beats your resilience.
My resilience is 8.
So,
Oh.
yeah, that'd be 1 wound.
Okay.
Or you can, and you can roll determination if you want to.
Right. I should do
I'm
that.
going to turn that to shock.
Boop.
No. You take it as a wound.
The wound. Oh well.
And then it's going to go for the rending claws.
It's being very mean.
Those are the basic attacks. For a bunch of hits, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6 hits. Versus your defense 1.
Yeah.
So it's going to turn 5 of those into extra damage. Which is 8 plus 9, 10, 11, 12 total damage.
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely gonna have to do a determination check there.
I did not write this monster, just so we're clear. This is this
Likely
is a
story.
pre-written monster.
And we
So-
are supposed to just believe this.
And then I
Oh,
roll
shit.
determination.
Yes, so you took 5 wounds.
Okay.
So you take 4 wounds and 1 shock.
Okay. Well, that's more wounds than I had, so I'm at 5 out of 4 wounds.
Okay.
So that means you drop to dying.
Yep.
But I think you can do surgery on yourself.
Yes. It's you've got.
You don't
plus 1
suffer the
difficulty
penalty.
because- yeah. It's basically when you're in the dying state, you've got. You can do surgery on yourself, which is plus 1 difficulty. You've got you're in dying, which is plus I think 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. Now, for that, would I wind up at 5 of 4, or would I just be at 4 of
You're
4?
just at your full wounds.
Okay.
Well,
So on
this-
my turn, I'll be able to try and heal myself.
well, that's its turn done. It's back to you all. You can choose the order that you go.
Varen would like to go.
Go for it.
All right. Seeing the sister go down, Varen gets was already on his way over. At the sight of that, revs his chainsword and runs screaming at the thing. Repent and beg before him on Terra! And I will try and attack him.
Go for it.
It's difficulty 6 to get him?
No, I was looking at the wrong thing. It is defense 4.
Okay, defense 4. All right, derp, 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 derp. Okay.
You do have 2 glory points, so you can spend 1 to get an extra die.
Actually, I'd like to spend a point of wrath to re-roll those failed dice if I could.
There you go.
Let's see here, wrath. It's 1. There we go. Excellent. There we are. All right. So I at least hit it.
It absolutely did.
Woo!
So you beat it by 1, so you did have 1 shift, so you could throw that into an extra damage die.
Oh, okay.
So just roll another d6.
Let's see here.
That is an extra point of damage for 15 damage. It is.
And I would also take note of my brutalist talent. The chainsword already has the brutal trait, so I deal an extra point of damage on top of that.
So 16. Okay. And it's resilient 9, which leaves it down to 7. Which is more than enough. That is enough to simply just cut through it.
As Farron is just covered in gore from this thing.
This giant saber-toothed cat-like creature just lands on Sister Yvetta and just starts biting and ripping and tearing. And then there's the roar of a chainsword and just a bloodbath as this thing is cut up. Sister Yvetta, I do believe that you get a injury. A memorable injury.
Memorable. Yep.
Would you roll a d6?
3.
It is a... That doesn't make any sense. This thing didn't burn you.
Reroll?
Let's go with a battle scar.
Okay.
That sounds cool. Now just this deep gash of where it bit into you. It actually carved like the top of the ceramite plate, and it raked its teeth down. You can still see the cut along it, but where it hit flesh, it just tore away muscle.
Okay. She's definitely going to try and make a medica check now to heal herself.
Go for it.
Do I still have the dying condition going on?
You do.
Cool, I get 2 extra dice then. Let's see. And I need to check all my stuff. So I will get 6 die for medica. And then because I'm doing it on a character with the Imperium keyword, which is myself, I get double rank bonus dice.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm dying, I get
Another
2
2.
extra dice.
Mm-hmm.
So I get 4 extra dice
Yeah.
for a total of 10. So dice pool plus double rank. And then I get, yeah, I guess I'll just do the plus 2.
Yeah, that is 4 successes.
And then the bonus 2.
That is 6 successes.
Let's just get me back up.
You could spend one of those. You could shift it for an extra glory point, and then the rest of it can simply heal you up.
So it's 6 successes. Can that remove shock as well?
I think that would have to be a different test, but
okay. Then I have 4 wounds, so I'll do the 4, and I guess the other 2 points that are left over because there were 6 successes.
I am happy to simply say that once you're out of combat, everyone can clear all of your shock and all of your wounds.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be like
I'll throw a point into glory then.
Otherwise, it would be like 4 or 5 minutes of rolling to ultimately do that anyways.
Very fair.
All right.
But Sister Yvette's slowly just takes that moment to unhook the ceramite plates, just stitch up, looking in the mirror of the truck. What are the rest of you doing? As
Because you can suture yourself at home.
there's that moment of picking yourselves up off the ground, hearing something ripping into your medic, whipping around, and seeing it cut in half on the ground in front of you.
Everything is normal. This
Um,
is fine.
Varen will drop to a knee and just. Let's see.
Are you crying, my friends?
We are your warriors, and we are servants to thee. We stand free from blindness of heart, free from hypocrisy, vainglory, and deceits, but captive to hatred, malice, and anger, to the filth, the alien, the heretic.
I am the darkness. I am vengeance. I am heretics. Dun dun dun.
After Sister Yvette gets herself patched up, she'll put a hand on Varen's shoulder. Well struck. The Emperor would be proud.
It is by his will that I fight.
She just gives that like that complete agreement nod.
Samuel, Gamma, anything the two of you like to do?
I think there was a brief moment of your concern as you hear the beast noises as you're clambering off the ground, but then rampant chainsaw and the threat seems to be taken care of. So Gamma's going to move towards the truck.
Yeah. Are you our driver?
Sure.
All right. Yeah. You've opened the door, stare on in. You're 100% certain that the driver's seat of this truck is just, there's mold everywhere. Like, the seat looks damp. Everything looks damp. This thing has probably been sitting here for weeks waiting for you. It looks like it'll start, but barely.
All right. Sure. Those. Give it a crank. Do a tech check. What do you want?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Tech.
Yeah.
3 success.
Yeah. If there's any modifications, any story elements you'd like to apply to the truck, be able to do so.
Said it's pretty well grown over. I think we would try and maximize that to get any level of camouflage for the movement. It's gonna be hard with the sound.
Yeah,
but it's gonna
very loud.
It's a very loud truck. Yeah, just with the extra success of starting to make sure that everything else is in functioning order, that we have a maybe check if there are comms. We can check on the ship because it seemed we had a rocky exit.
No comms, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's if this thing were to be attacked, and you would basically need to roll tech to keep it operational or to fix it up. We'll say that you can simply ignore the first check that you would have to make.
Cool.
All right. Samuel.
So I wander over to Yvette. I look a little crestfallen, a little downcast. Samuel is a mountain.
Yeah.
And he doesn't show much emotion often, but but right now he's definitely a little disappointed, and he just gives Yvette a nod and says, "Sorry I let you down, sister. Won't happen again."
The Emperor had chosen who would be there for me that time. Perhaps you'll be next and fight for his glory. Either way, we fight in service of the Emperor. Together. Thank you.
That's the sign of the Aquila. I'm not doing like anything bad, I promise you. It's an eagle, it's a sign
That's
of
what
the
they
Aquila.
always say. That's what they always say. As all of a sudden, they're doing as a signals, and then it gets really bad.
You got the wings, and then each thumb is like one of the heads on the two-headed eagle.
But yeah, after a few moments, you'd hear the roar of the half-track as it comes to life. The engine tuned up from the neglect that it's had waiting for you. As promised, you each have a survival kit. It has your basic necessities. I just had it up. Got to pin it. It has a compass, a rope, some water, some purification filters, and some chemical testing strips. It also gives you +1 bonus die to all survival will tests.
Very well.
All right. From here, they did tell you that there is a mining facility not too far out from where you are. If you are hoping to get information to speak with the local miners, that's probably your best place to start. Otherwise, you're simply driving throughout the mist-filled forest on a luck and a prayer.
Are we already in section 18B?
You are.
Okay, all right. So yeah, then let's head towards the mine, try and gain some local info.
Being the driver, would you like to give us an awareness test?
Awareness. Ooh. Maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Oh.
You can ignore that because of your the time you spent fixing up the vehicle, but your freebie is used up.
Cool.
For all of you at home, we got a 1 on the wrath die, which means we got a complication, and then we got the machine spirit. The truck was starting to rebel against you, but you just pat the dash a few times. It's okay. It's okay.
Come on, baby.
You calm the machine spirit back down.
Yeah.
It is about a 3-hour trip. By the first hour, the only sounds that your brain can ever recognize again is the roar of this thing's massive engines just filling the cab of this half-track. You can't hear each other's talking. You can't hear the sound of the jungle around you. All that exists is the rumbling and shaking of this half-track. And 2 hours after that point,
The young Messiah's song is strong here. It shall serve us well.
you do finally reach the mining facility that was laid out for you on your map. Surrounded by thick jungle trees, you do see a handful of technicians diligently focusing on the work, tending to apparently flame-scarred drilling engine. It looks like there may have been some sort of attack here recently. As soon as they've heard you for a while, but as soon as they have eyes on you, the technicians all just kind of wave, and what's rudimentary weapons they have, which is a lot of drills, A few of them have las pistols, unsure if they even function. But they stand ready to greet or possibly repel you if you're here to attack them. What would you like to do?
Varen will start getting out of the half track and start advancing towards them.
Sister Yvetta will be right alongside.
Samuel had eyes on those burn marks from the moment they came into view and wants to go see if there's any information to be gained about those in particular.
Yeah. A pair of technicians would come forward to greet you. The rest all kind of hang back and they just keep an eye on you while they tend to their duties. One of them, like, starts to hold out a hand and then retracts it and seems unsure of how to interact with agents of the Empire. But
Greetings, brothers in the Emperor's light.
he decides on just a slight bow. It's good to see you. My name is Kolbing. This is my companion, Raphael. We had heard
Pious
that there might be agents coming to look into these attacks. I only assumed that you were them.
Pious
we are?
names. Are you pious men?
Yeah, yes, of course.
We
Prove it.
shall see.
Insight?
Yes, I
We
was just
seek-
gonna say, if any of you would like to make an insight, you are welcome to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do one of those.
I would put this at DN2,
Hmm.
which both of you
got two
passed.
successes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Uh,
even under this slight amount of scrutiny, you can see that veneer starting to crack, and the eyes just kind of keep shifting off towards the east from one of them, from the one that introduced himself as Raphael.
We seek the one called Kurtz.
The one that's does not appear to be breaking down in front of you. Just like looks around the facility. Just missed him not too long ago. We heard gunfire and explosions. Next thing we knew, machinery was being destroyed and entire mine shafts were collapsing. Dozens of our members killed before anyone even knew what was happening.
Sister Yvetta will look at the one who is shiftier. And she's gonna kind of summon up that pleasant hospitaller face. Put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "You seem nervous, brother. What do you know of this? Please tell me."
He recoils from your touch as if your hand was fire and just immediately starts backing away. No, I don't know where he is. I don't know anything.
Samuel will notice this interaction and put himself behind the guy who's backing away so that he backs up into this mountain of a man. And where are you going, brother?
The small automated drill in his hand starts to like lift up as if he was hoisting a weapon, but backs in, immediately starts to whip around, looks up, and the cowering is immediate. Just dropping to his knees. No, please. Just, I don't know. I don't know where he is. I swear on the Emperor, I don't know. He just
What do you know of him?
They asked me to turn off the automated defenses and then head east. That was it. That's all I know, I swear.
You have betrayed your fellows and your holy work before the Emperor's light. I should send you to him now to beg his forgiveness.
You were stuttering through part of that. Would you like a mint or something to help you clear your throat? I don't want to take from your epic moments, but I just want to make sure your next epic moment isn't, fumbling.
It couldn't hurt.
I got
He
something
is-
in the survival pack. Oh, here's a breath mint.
Thank you.
He is
You're very
a
welcome.
sobbing mess. Just incoherently speaking to himself, speaking out loud, just 1,000-yard stare off into the ground while he just shakes. Whatever or whoever got to this individual before you left him barely standing, and this little bit of pressure has just broken. The rest, you can see, are now talking amongst themselves and are staring daggers at this man.
As he's like down looking at the ground, sobbing and all. With that still little bit of a smile, she's gonna grab his hair, look at those you've betrayed, and just slowly turn his face towards the scorn of all of his fellow workers.
His head is not hard to turn, there's no resistance left, but you're also unsure if he's even seeing anything anymore. The eyes are so wide and wild that there might not even be any recognition of sanity left.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Do we know that Gamma Zeta is with the Inquisition?
Great question.
I think Gamma Zeta has been pretty quiet. I think maybe they were sent as like a more on their tech prowess. So I don't know if you guys have met Gamma before.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Don't waste your breath or your energy, brother.
Varen,
Leave him for his companions.
Varen looks around at the growing lynch mob.
Yep, basically.
And just quietly puts away the chainsword and walks off. This man means nothing to him anymore.
You will be judged by your peers. And she just lets go of his hair and starts to walk away.
Brutal.
I'm like, I'm playing a cleric. I should be not. Oh wait, this is 40k.
This
I
is
should not
40K.
be that
40K.
nice.
There is nothing not as nice. We are not the good guys. No,
No.
it's
Very
only
different
bad.
kind of clerics.
Yep. Yep.
Are there really?
I think every cleric in Warhammer, if we're talking D&D, would be like lawful evil. So,
The Imperial is lawful evil.
Awful.
well, it's a code, not necessarily, whatever.
The Hospitalers, the Hospitaliers. I don't know. I never know how to pronounce it. They're
Hospitallers.
they're as
Yeah.
close to good guys as the Imperium has. And even they
We
are.
only believe healing in certain people. If you are an orc in Necreate Tau, no, you should die, because obviously. But if you're human and you are pure soul, then maybe we'll talk. But that's
And
for
if
those
they
very
are
few.
not, there are proper applications of medicine.
This is true.
Well, with that, you have a general location, you have a heading at the very least, and a start to your deep exploration of this jungle. moving forward, we will need 5 successful tests to traverse the jungle and to make your way to the compound. There's a potential for events, for complications, for obstacles to be in your way, but it's a perfect time for us to stop, to take a break, give everyone a chance to stretch your legs, grab a drink, and yeah, we'll come back probably with a ton more combat, because holy crap, is this game combat heavy.
What? Warhammer combat heavy?
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is this? No one warned me. I
All
thought
right.
this was like Blades in the Dark, where we would just roleplay the entire time. You're
I
telling
mean-
me I had to read the rules?
I mean, how much
Bullshit!
roleplay? How much roleplay can you really get through before you have to cleanse in holy fire?
Holy
I
fire.
mean, it takes about 4
I have seen
sentences to
enough
get
Game
there.
of Thrones to know
We'll
that
get
if
back.
Fuck, I spoiled myself.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. May the
love
light
that
of the
too.
Emperor guide you, and to lead a swift death to James's characters.
Hell yeah! For the Empire, let's do it!
Seriously, is Klaus a
Stormtrooper
Krieger?
number 1, let's go! What?
Is Klaus a Krieger?
No. I don't
Wouldn't
think
surprise
so.
me, but I don't think
Okay.
so.
The Death Corps of Krieg. They are very German.
And they want the good
Oh
death.
yeah,
They are, and they all want to die for the Emperor.
I applied for that position, but I did not get it, so I became a shock trooper instead.
Big fanboy.
So,
Yes,
Or
this is
fangirl.
very much of I wanted to join the evil people, but you know, I got my application denied, so I had to just join the you know, the equivalent of a Gestapo.
so I will also, as you all are leaving the compound, you would notice that there are smaller, quieter, double-seated half-track bikes that the miners had access to. If you would like to switch out, these...
You no longer need. I see one sitting on one of them, and I just go, "You no longer need that," and then push them off, and sit on it, and that I do the thing that you know, it's really cool with the bike, so I just go vroom, vroom, and, you know,
So-
just to make sure the edge of this fucking.
These are two-seaters, which means you all will be separate. And I need to know who is in... you'll be taking 3 bikes. It means you'll have 3 drivers.
Varen is going to stick with the half track.
The big old truck?
Unless,
Okay.
unless we're completely abandoning it.
Totally up to you.
I think Sister Yvette would do the same.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to drive.
Let's take the half track and one of the small,
Bikes.
yeah, one of the bikes.
So who's
No.
driving the bike?
I think Klaus has got
I
it.
think Klaus
Klaus
just
got
kicked
the
someone
bike?
off.
I'd say
Close
Sister,
enough.
I'll
I'd
stick with
say
a half
Sister,
track too.
yeah, I'd say Sister Yvette probably knows how to drive and could drive the half track if our drivers switched to the Kettenkrad.
I think Gamma's comfy in the half track.
So Samuel and Klaus hopped into one of the bikes.
I'm gonna stick with a half track because that
Oh.
bike looks a little puny for me.
Gotcha. So it's Samuel and Sister Yvette. As we lose
She's-
James.
Yeah, she's staying in the half track.
Okay, I guess Gamma will go to the bike with the now ghostly James.
Ignore the cameras for a moment. It'll fix itself as soon as James comes back.
Yes.
So who's driving the big truck then? Alright.
Yvette. Yeah.
Then
I feel like we need to switch to
Don't
like
know how
a.
to drive. Gets behind the wheel.
They're little smirk on her face as
I
she
feel like we
cranks
need
it
to
into gear.
queue up some
The
Menominee
Emperor
or
will
something.
provide.
100%.
alright. Then I need the two of you to both make survival tests, please.
Okay.
Oh, God.
You do have an extra die from your survival kit, and you have an extra die because you are in your half tracks. I should have said that before you rolled, but that's okay.
Okay. That's a 6, a 6, a 4, a 5, a 3.
This is DN3.
So looks like you succeeded, but you got a complication.
I'm going to take
Yeah.
that ruin point gladly.
Oh boy.
Okay. Can I convert one of these successes into a glory point?
You
Because
can.
I had 5 of them.
You have 6 successes. You can convert one over, and that leaves you with 2 left. You could spend them to make your trip faster.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be like her getting the hang of it and
Beautiful.
getting this thing up to the next gear.
Perfect.
A little bit of a race between the bike and the half track.
That is overall 1 success. Do you need to roll a d6 here? A 2.
And that's me rolling a survival check
Yep.
+2, right?
Plus 2 dice, yep.
Yep.
Ooh. And a wrathful critical. So we add a glory point to the pool, which I'm keeping track of for you all. And that is 5 successes. Same thing. If you'd like, you can shift one over to a glory point, and you still
Yep.
have 2 left over. Yvetta increased the speed, so you could increase the quality of your trip.
Sure. That sounds good.
All right. Well, for your complication, I did roll sudden downpour, which is going to wash away some of your unrestrained equipment. Do any of you have weapon? I mean, you all should have firearms with reloads.
Think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
You all lose 2 reloads.
Oof.
Oof.
Okay.
How do I track
note
that?
that.
What does that mean?
Everybody starts off with 3, I think. Oop.
Is that the ammo section on the character sheet?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
trying to find that. Ammo? It's fine. If it comes into play, we will know that you have less than usual.
Okay.
There we go. And we have a James back.
Hooray!
The heretics tried to get me. I will not let them. They
Um,
unplugged my power! But they did not know
so
that
that is
2 heaters can run in the house at once.
that is 1, 2. That is going to count as 4 successes so far. There's 2 fantastic rolls. You were caught in some very inclement weather. At one point, your bikes.
You good there?
I'm fine. I know what you're talking about.
Alright.
At one point,
Taking a quick bow for the Emperor. That's
those
what
of
that
you
was.
in your half-track bike, you are driving through water that is like up to here. You have about a foot of your bike that's actually sticking up above the water. Those of you in the actual truck, it comes to about your waist, but it is still rushing water just pouring through your truck. Unfortunately, swiping away some of your ammunition. But
It's me and you on the bike, James. It's gonna be
Okay, great. I did not know who was there or not.
Yeah.
Like I said, they unplugged my power and my Wi-Fi.
I need
Beefy.
one more survival roll from the 2 of you, your drivers.
Okay. All right.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty good at that. And then 2 extra.
You have 5 glory points, by the way, which you can spend to add an
I
extra
don't
die
think
to any
I
check.
need any of those.
That's 6 successes. That's 8 successes.
The machine spirit looks down upon her.
No, I'm
today.
sorry. That's 9 successes.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is. Yeah. So can we just like drive right up to this Kurtz guy? Do we just know right where he's at?
Straight through the door.
So I'm gonna add 2 more glory points.
We gotta start spending those glory points, kids. Like this is
Okay.
Oh, wait until we
Okay.
get into a particularly difficult combat, so that we will
Uh,
wipe the floor with the blood.
You can
Canonically, Sister Yvette has passed the advanced armor driving course.
apparently. You are going to pass straight by the event that may or may not have been waiting for travelers. You're going to pass by. I'm just gonna skip past this chapter because that was like 15 successes on a DN3.
So the good news is, this is a particularly short one shot tonight. We are only going for about 2.5 hours, maybe.
Well-
And then we could call it tonight. So I'll play a little bit of Halo after this. Yeah.
You are going to pass by a number of jungle outposts. You see signs that people have been here, but there's no one at the moment. Emperor smiles upon you. Eventually, you see signs of strange stone ruins jutting out from swampy waters. Now, deep, deep into the jungle, these standing stones seem to be carved with some obscene symbols, blasphemous markings, mockeries to the Emperor. Would any of you like to inspect said stones?
I think Sister Yvette would want to know what they are, specifically.
So investigation check
Or maybe Scholar?
or
It's-
scholar. Yeah, I can do either of those.
It's a corruption test.
Oh, it's a corruption test.
DN1.
Where is that under?
That's under
It's under combat. Under. That's not rollable. Why is that not rollable?
It's under
it's either,
mutations.
yeah, it's either conviction or resolve. I forget which.
Feel like conviction is more online with it, but I don't know that.
I'm pulling up the rules. Corruption
Well,
test.
Tails, read them in.
Yes, conviction.
Conviction traits. Yep. It is
Yeah, you
DN1.
click on conviction and you've got the corruption thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so conviction?
Mm-hmm.
You don't care.
Yeah. I have seen these markings.
Neither of you care. The whispers of chaos try to enter your minds, but a prayer to the Emperor silences them immediately. The markings here are heavy chaos influence. Whatever cult manifested here, they are deep rooted. It is very likely that you will not only find cultists, but beasts of chaos. To what god, it's hard to tell. But whatever's waiting for you, it is not pleasant, and it needs to be eradicated.
Varen will look over at Samuel. Guardsman, burn it.
The corruption has been rooted deeply.
If that roll added any corruption to your sheet, make sure you remove it, because it was only a DN1.
Mm-hmm.
And it says corruption 1, but that's only because you had it set to DN3.
Gotcha.
Where? So that would just be under corruption.
Yes,
On the sheet?
if there is anything, make sure you mark it out.
Okay.
Because there shouldn't be, because you both passed.
Yeah, Sister Yvetta will move away and allow the flamer to do its work.
With pleasure.
A quick,
And
purifying...
he looks a little bit almost too happy about this. Just watching the stones start to melt a little, it just...
This sigils just cracking and popping under the flames and eventually just melting away. As Prometheum is like napalm on steroids.
Oh yeah, and I have Prometheum proficiency and Arsonist, which means I'm really good at this.
But as you continue on, the stone ruins increase in both number and size, until you find yourself staring in the distance at what looks like some rudimentary encampment. Ramshackle buildings and vehicles parked along these ruins. Armed sentries standing atop rockcrete walls. There's well over a dozen armed figures that man these towers, these walls that patrol the grounds. As zealous as you may be, a frontal assault would likely end in very high casualty. But it is up to you. What would you all like to do? They have not yet spotted you. The sounds of the jungle this deep seem to have covered your tracks enough that you, for the moment, have the element of surprise.
I'm just gonna ask: is anybody going to actually stop Varen if he tries to just march up to them?
Look, you can do what you like. I've got a 4 in investigation and in stealth, so we can like scope this out and actually.
I think Sister Yvetta would
It's that
probably put a hand on his shoulder.
it's that moment of.
But I wanna kill the heretics.
The Emperor calls us to steal our minds as much as our bodies and wills. And sometimes we must wait, only for a more opportune moment to strike in his name.
The Red Angel will weep for them today.
What is your plan of action?
She'll pull off to the side and park in like a thicker patch of...
Yeah, let's try and obscure the vehicles, and then I think Gamma is gonna try and approach stealthily and see if there's any more. Is there like a back way to get in, or if there's a less obvious than slamming the front door down way to approach these
At the moment,
disgusting heretics.
there are multiple like lookout posts and kind of makeshift structures. It's hard to tell exactly what the heart of the camp might be, but your stealth would give you a very good, a clear path as to what that might actually be. Is anyone going with Gamma?
Not Yvetta.
The silent chainsword revs to life.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all have caught to this, but Varen is not what you call subtle.
Ooh.
I think. While the group is discussing, Gamma just sort of slips away to do some recon.
Very inquisitor.
Of course.
That's 3 success.
Okay. I will let you know that you are maxed out on glory. You cannot receive any more glory points until you start spending some.
Mm-hmm.
What? This is bullshit.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Samuel would just like to be looking around for things that could be possibly pushed over, create distractions, little mayhem.
I mean, these half-tracks of yours could be rigged to blow with very little effort.
Oh, not necessarily blow like that, but just like if if we wanted to get everyone to like one side of the camp so that we could set up a proper ambush.
With the sounds of the jungle, you would need something pretty loud to even be heard.
Okay, so we would need something like an explosion. Okay.
But I will jump over to Gamma. As you are sneaking closer, you pass by the first sentry checkpoint till you can just make out a structure that looks more heavily fortified than the others. There's even a pair of lasgun turrets, one posted at each corner of the front of this structure. A giant mechanical gate sits there in the middle. And as you're staring out, just getting a lay of the land, watching the patrols pass by, you hear a voice whisper out, "What's this? What's this filth I smell? Imperium scum." And we're going to jump into combat. As the DN for the stealth was 4.
Oh no!
I'm sure it'll be
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh, that was why the glory point was mentioned.
Yeah, I can. Can't use it now.
So, a rudimentary battle map here for you. It's going to put all of us like this. The rest of you are up there. For the moment, not knowing anything is wrong. The cultists are going to get the first round of combat.
I am so glad that everything is okay right now, that we don't have anything to worry about. I wish we could die immediately, but you know, I take the small wins where we can.
Well, the first of the cultists is going to move. Oh, I don't have the measuring tool up. Hold on.
Rip.
So they can
drag
move
ruler.
about 5 inches per movement, but however, they can spend their action to then move again.
That might kick you out. If it doesn't, I would recommend refreshing.
There we go.
There we go. Drag movement is on. Going to come sprinting towards you. In one hand, a auto pistol. In the other hand, just a rusted and jagged knife. And it's gonna take a shot at you with that auto pistol. I'm not aiming. Range medium. What's your defense?
Defense 1, resilience 7.
Ugh. That was a total of 1 success, so that is going to hit. And you all can't get any glory points, so that is 7 damage. It's not even going to get past your resilience.
No.
The auto pistol just starts coughing out bullets in your direction. It starts, hitting the water and just setting up little trails into the air. A few of them just glance off your armor. No impact. It's your turn.
Cool. Combat shotgun. Medium range. Right?
What's the range of a shotgun?
It says 2, 6, 12, and then 18.
You're definitely in medium range, yes.
Cool.
Short range is where you want to be for the greatest impact.
Okay.
I believe it has rapid fire.
Yeah, I have assault, rapid fire, and spread.
So being in close range, rapid fire gives you an extra damage die.
Okay, so can I take a movement first?
Yep.
To get into close range?
Yep. So in combat, you can take a move action, a combat action, a simple action, a reflexive action, and then any number of free actions.
Okay.
You can
That
move,
was a lot of
you can shoot, and you can do something like reloading or opening a door or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move like right up to this dude and just blast him in the fucking head.
Go for it. Defense of 1.
Good luck. So short range and roll.
Glory point, Spectre glory point.
And it's glory point and a glory point for another die. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe if you like right click on the roll, it'll pop up. You can.
Four successes, that definitely hits. And you have 3 points, so you can get 3 extra damage dice. Plus 1 for rapid fire, so 4 extra damage dice.
Mm-hmm. So roll damage. And then roll again. Just 4 more d6.
So that's 12, 13, 14 points of damage. Resilience 7. So that is 7 damage.
So can I kill him and his friend?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Defense 2, resilience 4. That is 8 damage. Yeah, you just sprint up through the auto pistol fire, just point blank shotgun, and just it's a mist of blood where this individual used to stand. But you did get a complication, which was a weapon malfunction. Your weapon malfunctioned spectacularly. You can spend a combat action to make a DN4 tech test. On a success, you repair your weapon. Otherwise, your shotgun malfunctions after it evaporates this guy.
That's fine. I'm just gonna switch to my chainsword and go and fuck up his friend. I don't need to worry about them. You know, we'll after I dispatch these two.
So he's gone. The rest of you hear a shotgun go off. If you'd like, you can spend a glory point to steal the initiative and have one of you go before the cultist goes.
With the consent of the party, I would like to steal a glory point.
Yeah,
We're
we should
actively
probably use
losing
those.
glory points if we don't use them, so
Yeah.
please.
No, go ahead. use it.
All
Use
right.
it.
Varen hears the gunshot and gets up and starts heading for the compound. Does not care where he goes. He is just trying to get in.
Yeah, feel free to move your token.
Let's see here. So speed, I think, is 6, and then another 6 for dash. And where is this other one? Ah, okay, there he is.
So as for a full round action, you can sprint, which is your movement, and then your movement again.
Yep. I thought it was 3 times for sprint. because you can move, you can you can move, you can dash, and then you can sprint.
Standard move is 1. Running is move times 2. Sprinting is move times 3. Yep, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. He sees Gamma and is getting up to him, and almost as an afterthought, he'll just take his las pistol and fire on the heretic.
So that is a full round, so you do not have a combat action.
I moved 6, which is my speed.
Yeah,
Then I moved 6 again.
yeah.
That's
I mean, unless I'm mistaken, I believe that takes up your combat action too.
I don't believe so. That's simple action, and then you still have your combat action. But
No,
sorry, won't argue the point.
No, go for it. I trust you.
Mhm.
Yeah, go for it.
But do we trust you? You copy line.
All right. What's the DN to hit this guy?
2. Super high defense. So
Yep.
difficult to hit.
That's okay. I'm not really good with this. So
And that's
All right.
still 3.
Ah.
So you could either add 1 back to the glory pool or add an extra damage die.
I will add an extra damage die.
All right.
Yeah, on the little quick sheet, it says instead of standard move, running is plus, uses your simple move
Thank you.
thing. Sprinting is triple, and it uses your full.
There we go. 7 damage. Resilience of 4. Still standing.
Disappointing.
Just screams out in a mixture of pain and what some might consider ecstasy. Who knows? I'm not here to judge.
Slanesh time.
By thy agony and bloody sweat, by thy golden throne and thy death.
You
Something
can't
golden
spend
throne or
glory
something
twice, can you? To like steal turn twice in a row, or no?
That's a great question.
I don't think so.
That seems a little
I don't think so, but I figured I'd ask.
Up
a
to
little
you,
strong if you could, but
I mean, up to you, Hoop.
We'll look it up after this. For the moment, Cultist is going to take a turn. Who is going to just letting out this scream, bring the knife and the auto pistol to bear against you. And he does not suffer a penalty to attacking twice. What's your defense?
Defense 1, resilience 7.
Against Varen.
Against Varen, is he attacking me with a melee weapon?
Yes.
Okay, then my defense is 3 because I have parry.
Oh, I guess first is the auto pistol. So
Oh, okay.
first is a ranged weapon.
Yeah, it's defense 2, meat to beat.
So that is. Dang it! Hold on. What is the damage for an auto pistol? Oh, it's just 7. It's 7.
yeah.
Flat 7.
Same as the last pistol.
I think the last pistol gets +1 extra dice though.
Oh,
But yeah. So what's your resiliency?
resilience is 8.
So yeah, you don't care. Just bounces off the armor, and now it's gonna try to stab you.
T-posing to assert dominance.
And I'm gonna spend a ruin to add another dice.
If I try to T-pose, the filter just eats my arms. They're sticking straight out right now.
I'm gonna spend
Wait.
another ruin to re-roll that. So I did get 4 successes.
Okay.
Out of ammo, that doesn't work, so I'm gonna re-roll it. Fall prone.
This person's like 3 feet tall, shoots the gun, falls over.
Roll the damage. 5 damage, doesn't even get past your armor. Just the knife just bounces off, starts to stumble back, catches a foot on just a gnarled root sticking up out of the water, and immediately just splash onto his ass. Good job,
it is
buddy.
good that you kneel before the Emperor's judgment.
It's back to you all.
Okay.
I just chainsword him, or are the other
think
couple of
that's-
y'all want to get into the mix?
I have a good range, so
Oh yeah.
because what's everyone else's speed? I think you need at least 7 to, I think, get right up on.
But you can spend your simple action to run.
Yeah, and that
So-
doubles.
Yeah, you've got your base move of 6, then you've got a simple action you can spend to run, which gets you another 6.
Okay.
And then if you need to, you can use your combat action to sprint, which is you have to take the whole thing in a straight line, but
Okay.
you can get triple.
Okay. If somebody else wants to go first, though.
I think we need some Sister Yvette's
I-
cleansing bullets.
That's fair.
I can go.
Yeah, I've already shot once in the game, and
Sure.
there's a few people who haven't, so I want to give them a chance.
Klaus.
All right, I can move 6. Oh shit! I actually have to count numbers. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, that one's definitely in range. My shooter has a range of 9, 18, and 27.
Did
I
not
think
take a shooter.
What? It's called the shooter. How the fuck am I not supposed to take it? It's awesome. I'm gonna use
Does
my.
it even work in human hands?
No, no, it does not work
Yeah, I
in human
made an
hands.
orc. Oh, I made an orc first, and I must have forgot to take it away.
You're fine.
Either way, I have it now.
You're
Doesn't
fine.
fucking matter.
The
I
Inquisition
stole
is
it.
raising an eyebrow.
I don't care. I'm part orc now, but
Oh, no.
it's a secret about my character that no one knows.
Don't
I
say
have
that. I will
Deadshot.
turn this shotgun around.
Oh, you don't know about it. It's like the 1%. Like I'm 1% orc, so it's okay for me. But no one needs to know that. You know, Like,
Sister.
this small patch on my skin is green on my back. That's how much it is. I'm gonna take a dead shot. Which means when I take the aim action, I can make a called shot, and I double the bonus ED I receive.
So did you have to run, or did you just use your basic move?
I use my basic move. So
Aim
I would like to
is-
aim and then allow, please. I got a critical.
Aiming takes your move.
Could I use my simple then to do the movement
Sure.
for me? And then
Sure. That's
cool.
fine.
That's a critical hit.
Yep, sure is.
So roll critical hit.
Crimson Ash.
Mm-hmm. Did you know? The target suffers 2 wounds and is on fire. So that's 2 1d3 plus 1s, I believe.
So roll your damage.
Okay, so that's
So it's defense 2. So you can add up to 4 extra dice of damage if you'd like.
okay. I'm liking this. So this should be slash roll. So I could roll damage, and then I roll up to 4 more die on top of this.
Yep.
So it's basically your damage is a fixed number, and then the ED is the extra dice that you roll.
So the
Okay, cool.
extra dice don't add anything else because you didn't roll a 4 or higher. But they do suffer 2 mortal wounds. They catch on fire from the ferocity of the assault.
Mm-hmm.
And you can spend as many glory points as you want to deal extra wounds.
Spend 2 more. Why not?
Yeah.
Paste.
So, 3 wounds left. Resilience 4. That is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage. Down to 13 after removing the resilience. He is immediately a pile of ash. Just poof. And it just scatters on the wind.
So let's recap. One was turned into a red mist, and then one was turned into straight ash, and just both were evaporated.
I
So,
like
Emperor
this one a
provides,
lot.
Gamma.
Holy shit.
Fun fact, whenever a cultist is killed by a critical, I gain a ruin point.
Oh
You could
shit!
not.
I fucked up.
You could just not.
And I'm going to spend 3 ruin points to have everybody please make a corruption test. DN3.
Oh, scheiße.
Conviction, if I recall.
Yep. So you can just click conviction on the combat tab.
And it was DN3, you said?
DN3.
Is there any way my Shield of Faith would help with this?
What does Shield of Faith do?
As a reflexive action, I can spend a faith to ignore a psychic power or effect, including perils of the warp, until the end of the round. I can spend the faith to grant the same bonus to all allies with the Imperium keyword within 15 plus double rank meters.
I would say that it would work for you, but for the purposes of the test, just you.
Okay, I
crit
won't use it. then.
failed? Is that bad?
Oof.
Wow.
Can I use a glory to reroll that?
Absolutely you can. Unless I'm wrong. Unless you can't.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I don't want. Mm-mm. Let's do that. Considerably better.
Okay. So Yvetta, you gain 1 corruption. Gamma, you gain 1 corruption.
Like I gained 2.
Samaya, you gain 2 corruption. Kraus,
I did really bad.
you gain 6 corruption.
So I'm gonna ask a very stupid question.
Okay.
What does that do? And where do I put this down? Because I don't see
It should be on your combat sheet. Or the combat tab.
mutations,
Under
resolve, corruption,
corruption,
6.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, what does that do exactly? Do I get to go like full John Wick mode on my party and then immediately get turned into a fiery mess?
So, let's see
So
here.
you are up to tarnished.
Yes.
What does that do?
That adds +1 test difficulty to all of your tests.
Cool. That's
Also-
fun. Oh, there's more. Okay.
I need everyone that gained a point of corruption, which I believe is everybody.
Nope.
I see how
Only
it
one
is.
of us is pure of heart.
I see how it is. Well, your time will come. I need you to make a mutation test. So I need you to roll your conviction again with the DN of 3.
And then I take.
Yours is a DN4 because of your corruption.
Cool. Just making sure.
These dice don't like me.
No, they do not.
Okay, I barely made it.
Ooh, I think I just did real bad.
join the club! This has gone very well for all of us involved here.
We're really good at traveling. Once we get there, we're not very good.
Oh no, this is. I wanted to die for the Emperor. I did not think it was going to be like this.
Samael, you have a mutation of brute.
That checks.
It really does. Corruption massively accelerates your muscle growth. You are brawny and burly, but the increased muscle mass is obviously of inhuman nature. You had +1 to your strength and toughness. Tools and devices are now too small for you to use. Unless you acquire modified versions, you suffer a 1 DN penalty to all tests that involve physical manipulation of tools, including ranged weapons.
Aw, does that mean my flamethrower too?
It does.
Ah, bugger.
Just gotta get the Ogren equivalent.
Kraus. I only see that you rolled 1 die for your mutation test.
I don't know why it only rolled 1 die. I could re-roll. I get conviction, mutation, DN4. How many die? It says dice pool 1, wrath 1.
Yeah, that's correct then.
Then that's what I rolled.
You have withered. A miasma of death lingers around you. Your body is severely emaciated. Your breath stinks of decay. Your voice rasps like the desert wind. Your complexion takes on a deathly pallor. Your limbs appear
Inflate,
as if they
deflate.
were no strength and might even snap under any pressure if it were applied to them. You appear to be firmly in death's grasp, yet somehow still alive. You gain -1 toughness and +2 willpower.
Guys, this is gonna be fine. Sorry. It feels so good.
Gamma. Something inside you has been twisted. It doesn't show anywhere in your flesh. Your shadow has a life of its own and moves independently of your body. It does not fall naturally away from light sources. You have a living shadow. It opens a gateway to your soul. Any rolls to oppose the psychic power or to resist psychic effects are made with +1 dice number.
Okay.
It also means you can't be ambushed anymore.
Gang.
And last but
This
not
sounds
least,
good for me. I thought this was a bad roll. Everybody else got like.
our good sister. The exposure to corruption has transformed you into a psyker. If you are not a psyker, you gain the psyker keyword. You also gain 1 minor psychic power of the GM's choice. You can purchase the psychic mastery skill whenever it is deemed appropriate.
Oh no!
So I'm
I'm
a psyker
confused.
too.
So what does this do exactly? For the audience, I understand, but just explain this to the audience who
That
may not.
means that the good sister is now a spellcaster.
I just got a free level in sorcerer.
Yep. And I am going to
What?
give
So,
you conjure flames.
I'm on the grasp of fucking
Conjure
death,
Flame.
and they get a fucking buff.
I mean, it
Bullshit.
also means that if I find out Yvette is not leaving this planet.
Yep, if Gamma finds out, there's gonna be some issues.
Well, that's just it. It's like a sister who gets a psychic awakening. That's like
Yep.
literally becoming what you hate.
Yep.
But I can now make holy fire.
So,
can be the holy fire.
I'm just saying.
Just out
Varen,
of curiosity,
Yep.
does Gamma now have to off himself?
I think that's a question for Gamma.
I think the benefits to Gamma benefit the will of the Emperor. So I think.
Well, Varen, most of your companions, as soon as combat is over, just start gripping their heads and drop to their knees in the murky, swampy water. After a few moments, you see all of them starting to regain themselves.
It's
Be
the
strong,
Emperor.
my
I don't
companions.
feel so good.
Be strong, my companions.
I'm feeling great.
Think
Jeez.
on the Emperor's pain and let it revitalize you, knowing that he suffers for us.
Heck. And you watch me get up out of the water, and I am just like jacked even more.
Barely contained
Size
within
of
the
a
armor.
small house.
Oh shit. Let's see here. I'm gonna just do a real quick awareness roll just for the heck of it.
Let's see it.
Or, well, awareness or insight, what do you think?
That depends what you're trying to determine.
Just, is he going to take this as, how's he going to play with this? How is he going to notice this?
Very
I'd call
carefully.
it awareness, yeah.
Okay.
No successes.
Yeah, okay. Guardsmen, your strong arm will be needed. We shall proceed in the Emperor's light.
He's now holding the flamer just like with fingertips.
Get smaller. This is
You
gonna
all feel
complicate
that
things.
that chaotic corruption starting to just pour itself in. Those stones that you had melted seemingly just burrowed down into the heart of this planet and then reached up to grab you. Just like hands of the demon lords themselves. And for whatever it may mean to each of you, there's the smallest bit of corruption in your hearts now. Among the mist that used to be a cultist, you do find a key card that would let you deeper into the structure.
At this point, I relay the location of the main building and its defenses that I saw before the cultists arrived.
Anything else? Or would you like to press on?
Just a quick question. How do we note the effects on our sheet?
Under mutations. No, it actually should have applied automatically.
Okay, so I think that while the good brother was like checking in on everyone, he may have heard Sister Yvetta whisper under her breath, just like a frail stone. That's it.
He is Captain Oblivious, defender of the what?
Alright. Varen, you were fine. I'm just checking that everyone's mutations.
Yeah, mine didn't take. I'm adding in now.
Mine isn't.
Perfect. Nothing can get me down.
There you go.
Alright. Keycard in hand, you make your way up to the structure. The gate, as soon as it's presented with the keycard, starts to grind and slide open, the sound of metal on metal. Peering in, there's a small courtyard, which, at least for the moment, doesn't look guarded. The handful
Oh, can
of
we
tents...
say I fixed my gun on the way over
Yeah.
here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely. There are a handful of tents in this small compound. Nothing that really stands out. But past that, there's a set of much taller, much more complete ruins. It is solid stone that you haven't really seen anywhere else here on Galmore. It looks more pristine, more new than anything should here. There's one doorway leading into the structure. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna turn to the party, and for the first time, formally reveal myself as the Inquisition and make it very well known that that Kurtz does not leave. That we wipe this scourge from the planet.
He will be burned in holy fire.
You
Fantastic.
Yeah, like Varen drops to a knee and nods.
Sister kind of just like,
Then yeah, are we gonna press on? We gotta.
Yeah, like Varen's kind of like eyeballing that door and it's like inching towards it.
All right. There is a seemingly recently added a mechanical lock to the doorway. It is new technology placed onto old architecture. Though a tech test could probably get you in pretty easily. Or simply blowing it open. The choice is yours.
I mean, I have 5 tech and a shotgun, so we got options, kids.
Yeah, if you'd like to roll tech, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a tech check. What's the DN?
DN 4.
4.
Also, thank you for the ruin point. I was down 1, so I needed it. And we're about to fight something real cool.
That's what they always say.
Ooh, that's 2 successes. You spend a glory point.
How many we got left?
You have 4
A
left.
bunch.
But you
Okay.
guys,
yeah,
you guys collect them like candy.
Yeah.
we need to get in that door.
So just roll again, or can I do it through
You
the
can right-click it and click reroll failed.
reroll failed? There
That's for Wrath.
we go. Cool. So 6
Oh,
success.
it is. Well, either way, that is now 6 successes, which means that you can convert one of those to glory, and you have an extra one that you can do whatever you want with.
I can gain extra information about the scene, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So as I unlock the door, I want to know the layout, what's inside.
Absolutely. A quick scan in your data pad would come up with a rudimentary layout of the structure. There's a hallway that kind of veers off to the right ahead of you. There seems to be some antechamber off immediately to your left. There's a room off immediately to your right that looks like some kind of supply room. At the end of this hall, it's a much larger chamber that looks to be like some kind of barracks room. And it's hard to make out much past that, but there are 3 other rooms past the barracks.
Varen is, as his idiom, going to proceed directly ahead.
So yeah, you have that. The hallway leads deeper and kind of veers off to the right, but you immediately have the door to your left and the door to your right, which you could simply walk past.
He's gonna look in there, but if he can't, he's like, the only reason he's not shouting for where Kurz is because the Inquisitor's with him and he doesn't want to upstage the Inquisitor.
As you do step into this corridor, that door to the left gives you just this feeling of dread. Just this pit in your stomach that just starts to eat away.
And Varen actually looks back at everybody, looks at the door, pulls out his chain sword, and points in the direction of the door. And he waits to do anything.
Sister Yedivetta will come alongside, pull her las pistol.
And I will come over and say, I should take point on this. Just in
Samuel?
case.
Then the glory shall be yours.
Visitor, are you giving them the word?
Samuel should point and clear.
Yeah, that feeling of dread doubles as you open the door. It's a small chamber, relatively. There's very little other than a pitch black stone obelisk that stretches from floor to ceiling in the center of this room. Deranged carvings of sigils and script cover the surface of this obelisk, and what may have been gibberish before to all of you except for Varen, these carvings seem to lay out some obscene arcane practice. They seem to tell the story of the warp.
Yeah, I think definitely upon seeing this, what is clearly warp witchery, Sister Yvette would use Shield of Faith. That way she can protect herself and everyone right next to her from the taint in this room.
And this obelisk, what is it made out of?
Obsidian.
Cool. Varen immediately charges and revs his chainsword and tries to chop it in half.
I mean, you were knocking off chunks, of course, but to sit here and saw through it would take quite a while. Explosives would be your best bet.
I lack the tools to purge this properly.
Is this something that Prometheum would melt appropriately?
Could make an attempt with your flamethrower.
Wait, let's see what we can do with that.
You do have +1 difficulty number. So we're looking at a DN4.
Let's see here.
Okay.
2 successes. You can spend glory points to add extra dice to the pool. Or you can spend a wrath point to simply reroll your fails.
Yeah, I guess I'll re-roll the fails.
You can just right click it and click reroll failures. Failures.
Right.
That's 4 successes. It takes a moment. Your hands not quite used to being as large as they are, but you bathe that room in promethium. What little trinkets there were set up immediately melt. Eventually the obelisk itself starts to get weak and eventually tilts over, collapses to the floor, and just smashes to pieces. If not for Shield of Faith, I will let you all know that you would have all been making DN5 corruption tests while you're in that room.
The Emperor protects.
This time,
Burns.
That's my faith point.
all right. The rest of the room seems vacant. You are welcome to press on. The door immediately to your right does seem like a storage room. It's tents, it's rations.
Ammo we lost before?
What's that?
Possibly the ammo we lost before in the rainstorm?
Yeah, I would say that you'd find enough ammo to at least replace one of your reloads.
Awesome.
The resources of the traitor shall not serve them.
What
It will
irony.
do us nice.
Yeah, let's keep moving on to down the end of the hall. I think is the barracks is next, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've already hacked through the doors, so this is no problem. There's a number of cots set up. Thankfully, no one else here. There is a small, what is it called? A data station that you hear letting off small beeps. It looks like this controls the two... Are they auto cannons? The two auto turrets that you had seen coming in.
Gotcha. Can I use a tech check to deactivate that?
DN2.
DN2.
Could you
Glory.
turn it on them?
So yeah, that's 4 successes.
Beautiful. So one more point of glory, and the auto guns are powered down. I will throw this in for that extra point that you could spend. There are a few boxes full of supplies, some like personal chests and whatnot. You'd find 2 las guns and a shotgun, if any of you would like to take those.
Oh, I'll take a las gun. I've got literally no range.
I already have a last gun, but could take the shotgun.
I honestly
About-
really like my gun. I mean, it make the last guy. Oh, sorry, I forgot my mother.
I like my guns already. It's already killed the last one. Like, turns it into ash. So, I feel like I should keep on to it for now.
I shall suffice with that which the Emperor hath provided to me.
Would
Barely use this now.
what type of weapon does Varen have?
He's got a las pistol and his chainsword.
As much as Yvetta wants the shotgun, I feel like Yvetta kind of knows how his whole thing works with the whole uses what he's given. She'll pick up the shotgun, mull it over for a second. The Emperor provides in strange ways, Varen, and throws him the shotgun.
You never know.
It is a very good look on you.
Very
Superb in terms of the eloquence of the gun. It does not clash with the armor at all. It is perfect.
You know what I'm hearing? The boy who
What are you?
lived. Come to die.
I'm to die. Avada Kedavra. The only difference
How's
here is the Empire accepts trans people and Voldemort doesn't.
So that's a shotgun, combat
Shotgun.
shotgun.
All right.
Sister Yvette's figured it out. Someone else needs to pick it up first.
There is another set of double doors leading past this room, but since you've already hacked through, this is no problem. There's a little bit of light shining through the crack past these doors, however. I would say that Varen and Gamma, the two of you having more ties to the machine spirits, would feel a kind of suppressed technological presence pulsing out from behind that door. There is something past that door, as if a deity from above was saying, make sure you're prepared before you open these doors. The corner of your screen just
Be
popped up
prepared.
with a quick save just happened.
Wait a moment. Supplies everywhere. An ominous floating obelisk, waiting for our approval to proceed. Something
GM?
should go
Yes.
down.
I would like, before we go in, to use my psychic power and invoke luck.
Baby.
I
Psychic
summon
power?
the kitty.
You're getting drawn on. You're bringing up psychs over here?
Shit. I do it quietly.
Do you have a psychic power?
I have 3 because I didn't understand character creation apparently.
So I don't think you have the psychic keyword, or the psyker keyword.
I have psychic whatever the fucking word is.
Psyker?
Science. Fuck
So,
it. I just won't use
Palette?
psychic powers. I'll just use dead shot the entire
So
time.
your archetype specifically has to give you the psyker keyword in order to even have powers at all.
Yes.
Okay, good news. I spent a bunch of XP on nothing.
You are welcome to switch it out for something else.
Fuck it. It's a one shot. It's gonna end in like an hour. You can let me run with dead shot the entire
Or
time. You
2.5 minutes.
Just bump up
Or
your
2.5 minutes.
bump up a few
Look,
of your
Let's
stats.
get go either Elden Ring, where I'm about to like fucking get, shot down to death the minute I spawn, or like this might be an actual like semi-engaging combat. It can go one of 2 ways.
Well, speaking of, would you like to open the doors ahead of you?
Yeah, guys, let's do it. I'll open the doors.
Yeah.
All right.
If you weren't like Varen was.
Ahead of you, 2 massive data stations with multiple memory banks connected in with wires that blend into the walls, come out of the floors, drive up out of the ceiling, stand looking over this room. A pair of cultists immediately whip their heads around towards you. You see behind them just rows and rows of data flash across these screens. You see little bits of security cameras, footage that just plays across the multiple screens.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers!
And then I unload.
We are going to enter combat, but they are not engaging with you. They are turning and running.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna try to mow them down if I can take the first initiative.
Yeah? Rouse, go for it.
I'd like to aim as part of Deadshot. And then I would like to shoot at them, please.
Go for it. Defense 2.
Defense 2. Awesome. Let me just make sure I enter that in right, and then that should offset everything there. Awesome. 1 success, 5 failures.
Uh,
How many glory points can I use to sort of negate a bit of the damage that's about to happen to me?
I mean, this just means that you missed, but you do have
Painful.
1 wrath point left. You can spend that wrath point to re-roll all of those failures.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
So right-click and click re-roll all failed. And that should automatically take off your that last wrath point. But 3 successes, that
3
means that
failures. That's
not,
fine.
not only did you succeed, but you have 1 extra point that you could either convert to glory or use to add an extra damage die.
Let's convert it to glory.
That brings you up to your maximum glory of 7. And roll your damage. 11. One of those cultists is just ripped to shreds from the assault. We'll call it a bolt rifle because I don't know what the equivalent would be. Because no shooters don't work in the hands of humans.
If I believe hard enough, I can break the lore, damn it!
But you rip one of them
exactly
to
how it-
pieces. Unless you're about to spend some glory to steal the initiative, the other one is going to turn and run.
We're at maximum glory, right?
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
then I would, I would steal a glory to take a shot.
Okay.
I mean, there might be a trio of shots ringing out right now on this individual.
Yeah.
If multiple of you would like to spend glory and all simultaneously fire, you are welcome to do so.
The hell not.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll
Yvetta,
take a shot.
go for it.
All right. So I'll aim, which adds a dice, right?
+1 dice to ranged, or you ignore firing into melee.
Okay. So I'll get the +1 dice,
Okay.
and then dice,
Nothing.
Yeah, I miss.
and then I add 1 dice.
There you go.
1 second.
Still, that's 2. That's enough to hit.
All right.
5 wounds, a resiliency of 4. You need to do at least 9 damage.
So that's 7 is the damage on the las pistol,
You should
and I think
get it.
there's a way to add it. Yeah, I get to add a dice, right?
You can spend a glory point to increase damage by 1 for every glory point you spend.
I could spend 2 to kill him
You can spend 2 to kill him.
if everyone wants me to do that.
Do it.
Do it. All right, spend the 2 and right in the back of the neck.
So 1 to steal the initiative, 2 to just grossly overkill. Just splatters the room.
Just a smile creeping up on her face.
The terminals still stand active. The room's not all that big, and across from you, a set of metal doors, for the moment, sit closed. Would you like to do anything with these data terminals?
They are the wages of the enemy.
does-
Turn the shotgun on them.
It does seem to be
Unless the
what...
Inquisitor wants to look first.
Yeah.
Can
Uh,
any information be gained from these? I'll do another tech check.
I mean, just a quick glance would show you that you're basically seeing like traffic patterns, shipping lanes coming to and from Galmore, like manifests for the mining operations. It was Kurt's...
Oh, this is data collection for them to hijack
Yes.
shipments. Okay, no, then let's just blow it up. That's we don't need any of this information.
Just a few shotgun blasts and some promethium, and these terminals are out of commission. Those massive double doors open slowly, just metal grinding against stone. Inside, You see a shrine, the entire my brain can't even bring the word to my mouth. It is chaos manifested. Everywhere are sigils to chaos. There is blood soaking into the stonework. And sitting there at the base of it is Kurtz. Just kneeling in the blood-stained altar. His face just lifts to stare out at you. Welcome. I knew they'd send someone for me eventually. Perhaps we can settle this like civilized people.
Draw the chainsword. Rev, why do you worship a false god?
I worship the true God, not some lie.
Definitely.
You will
gonna
not
Oh,
leave,
that's-
Kurtz.
throw an excerpt of the prime edicts of the Holy Synod of the Adeptus Ministorum at him. When the people forget their duty, they are no longer human and become something less than beasts. They have no place in the bosom of humanity, nor in the heart of the Emperor. Let them die and be forgotten.
The moment he starts to stand, it is a pulse of chaos that hits each of your minds. I need a DN2 corruption test from each of you. For Klaus, this is a DN3 corruption test.
Guys, nothing bad can really go wrong, right? Like, if I die, does that just mean, like, things are okay? Conviction, roll corruption. What'd you say the DN was?
For you, it's DN3.
3. Cool.
Ooh, I got a 6 on the wrath die there.
Isn't? Oh wait, no, that's already factored in. Okay, cool.
Wow.
Ain't corrupting shit up in here.
No, that's enough for right now. We're done with this.
Thankfully, Samuel, you're fine. Yvetta, you're fine. I think everyone's... Nope, Gamma, you are not fine.
I'm not fine.
Gain 2 points
You're-
of corruption, and I need you to roll a mutation check.
What? Do I have to
DN
make it?
2 as well.
Mutation is DN3.
DN 3.
So I'm good, right? Because I only succeeded. I'm
Yes.
just withered. Okay, cool.
You now have a corrosive bite.
Oh my.
I think that says bile.
That says bile.
You know what? Dyslexia
It's
is...
corrosive lubricants, not teeth.
in my defense, on my screen, it looks like bite. But yes, it is bile. Anytime you suffer a wound, the injury sprays out an arc of poisonous and corrosive fluid.
Bet.
All
I'm
characters...
gonna get right up on this guy. I'm gonna move in.
All Medicaid tests made to assist you suffer a +3 DN penalty.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
The sister is good at her job.
She is.
Let's go ahead and jump into some combat then.
Just out of curiosity, is there any way to like cure corruption or undo mutations in this universe? I mean,
Well,
short of like throwing
Holy
yourself off a building.
fire.
We will grant you the Emperor's peace.
No, okay, fair enough. Just
Also- Also, because Kraus got like 6 successes, we get a wrath point off that. Or not a wrath point, a
Glory.
point, right?
Nice.
And I guess some of that could be converted into something else too.
Glory. That'll bring you back, not even up to your max glory.
Okay.
I'm just looking up something real quick. There we go, that's what I wanted. Needed to know who I was dealing with.
Stop. Nonsense. My computer is being dumb, sorry.
No worries. I'm going to spend a point of ruin to seize the initiative and give Kurtz first go.
What was it? Because does living shadow, I can't.
You can't be ambushed.
Okay, can't be ambushed. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Sure. Any rolls to oppose a psychic power? Those weren't psychic powers, right? They were
No, just corruption.
corruption. Okay.
I'm going to spend another point of ruin for kill them all. As a free action, all cultists within 3 meters can make one free combat action, and going to spend a second one to let Kurtz take a free combat action as well. To Samael and to Klaus. They're going to take some auto pistol attacks against you. On to Samael. What's your defense?
Um. Sorry. My defense is 1, my resilience is 8.
Perfect. I might as well throw some... no, I'm not going to throw any more ruin onto that. 'Cause I don't think they're going to hit anyways. Never mind, they are going to hit. And... we are just going to throw an extra shift onto damage. That is 8 points of damage, but your resilience is 8. Doesn't do anything. On to Klaus, what's your defense?
1.
1. I am going to spend some ruin to bump up to get an extra dice.
Cool.
You wanted to die in a blaze of glory!
Hi, Klaus.
Do it. Do it. You
So-
fucking won't.
I need to make
Kill
sure that
me.
the defense actually gets through first. That was 4 shifts. That's gonna be 2 more. So that it is 10 points of damage. What's your resilience?
That is a great question of 3.
Your resilience is 3?
What?
How?
What's your resilience 3?
You're a
Mine's-
guardsman, right?
Yep.
Okay, you should have flak armor, so that's +3 on top of that.
So then it's 6 apparently.
Did you
Yeah.
equip your gear?
Is your
I thought I did.
gear?
I must not have
You
brought
did-
it over.
you did not.
from-
Okay, so your resilience is 6.
Okay.
Which still does mean you're taking 4 damage. Which you can make a determination roll to try to mitigate some of that into shock.
Can I do a thing?
Yeah.
Because I have one of the things I can do is throw myself in front of my companions to take a hit for them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you've got lookout stir.
Yes.
Absolutely. Look out, sir. You've been drilled in sacrificing yourself to save your allies. Once per combat, you may take a reflexive action, move up to half your speed to get in the way of any attack that hit an ally. The attacker then rolls against your resilience instead of your allies. You may deal wounds to you. Okay, so what's your resilience?
Mine's an 8.
So that would be 2 damage to you, which you can then try to turn into shock.
Okay. Let's see here. So, how does that work again?
In the combat tab, you can just click the button under injuries that says determination.
Wow.
Nothing. You take both wounds.
Oof. That's rough.
And, Mr. Inquisitor, the cult is gonna put his auto pistol into you. But he, of course, is a priest of the dark gods, so he's going to gain +2 dice to this. What's your defense?
1.
1. Ugh. 2. So it is gonna hit and get 1 extra nothing. So 7?
That is my resilience.
Yeah. Nothing. The air is
Shrug
just
it off.
filled with bullets as all of you are hit with the visions of some dark psychic apocalypse. And now it is your turn, since I have stolen the initiative from you.
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
And we get 2 turns now because initiative was stolen, right?
No, it just goes back to flip-flop, but you can spend glory
okay.
to continuously steal initiative. There is no
Gotcha.
limit. You can spend 5 glory to make sure you all go first.
Okay. Has anybody taken any shock?
Your shock should have been healed. I don't think anyone's taken it since.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm just going to do what I originally planned, which is Varen is just going to rev the chainsword and run screaming at Kurt, yelling, "Repent!" And I'm just going straight at him.
Hell yeah.
Let's see here. With a charge, which gives me an extra die. What is his DN to be hit?
Defense 3.
Okay, cool. I'm wrathing that.
Wrath that.
Much better.
Yeah.
All right. I will shift one of those into glory.
Max glory.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
Now you're at max glory after you shifted them.
Okay.
So that's that leaves you with 1 left, 1 last shift.
So that's 14 with Brutalist.
I'm gonna spend
You got
it.
1 more per
And
shift.
you can, yeah, and the shift with you can throw an extra damage die, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Nothing. Doesn't matter.
You did spend a ruin point to roll the determination. I said roll the determination. There we go. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Resilience 6 minus your 14 means that he took 8 minus 4. He's taken 4 wounds.
All right.
And unlike you, that determination just gets shunted off into the chaoses. He doesn't worry about shock.
He gonna worry about something today.
Just charge at him, his own wicked blade just catching the hilt of your sword as it starts to just bury into his shoulder. He just lets out this grimace of pain and just spits blood up into your face. Are you spending any glory to seize the initiative, or the cultist gonna go?
I'm definitely gonna spend one.
Spend some glory. Let's go, sister.
Okay. First thing I'll do is our big buddy here, who took 2 wounds.
Mhm.
She's going to move over to him.
Mm-hmm.
If I could get her to move. There we go. I'm going to use her talent, First Response. I can make a Medicae int test to remove wounds, shock, or a condition as a simple action instead of a combat action. So I can very quickly take care of that. I get 2 extra bonus die because you're an Imperial friend. So
For now.
we're going to do... For now. How about you just get your health back?
Wait.
Oh,
I'm-
wait. I have 2 more die. 1 more success. So 9 successes.
I don't have that many hit points.
Well, that's fine. I imagine you're healed pretty dang good then. And I'll throw a point back into glory.
Yeah, we're back at max.
Yep. And I'm gonna see if I can. I guess I have more points. I can spend 2 shifts. So, is there any way I can get like more info about anything that's going on?
Yeah, what would you like to know?
What kind of damage? What kind of wounds are these doing? Is it different than just normal weapon damage, or is it
Just
like
auto pistols.
some corruptive? Okay, so there's no like corruptive bullets or anything like that.
I mean,
Okay.
that psychic wave he did at the beginning was definitely corruption.
For sure. Because that was a simple action, she now turns the las pistol on the big boy. And she'll take a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna use a wrath to not have that happen.
Do you have any wrath left?
I don't think I've used any.
Oh, never mind then. Yeah.
I've been saving it. Yeah, I will use a point of wrath.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go with wrath.
Still
Okay.
0
Mm-hmm.
and out of ammo. Your weapon runs out of ammunition. You must reload to fire this weapon again.
That's fine. I can reload.
Not wanting to hit your ally, your shot just goes a little wide. You go to pull the trigger again, and it just starts to hiss. All right.
Okay.
Now
Yeah,
are the
that'll be
cultists
my
going to
turn.
go, or is someone going to steal initiative?
No, they don't get to go.
Yeah, just keep stealing that.
Keep it up.
3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll move over here. There's no like flanking bonus, is there?
Not that I know of.
And then
Oh! I'm sorry. You are firing into melee, which means that you could have possibly hit your ally with that shot.
Oh.
Look at the rules for firing into melee.
Never works out well for me.
Mm.
It works out less well for anybody that I ever happen to do it to.
Ranged attacks, fire into melee. The range attack
Ask
is made
Corvus
against
about
a
that sometime.
random target. Oh, well, your attack missed anyway, so it makes a difference.
Okay.
Yep. All good. Sorry. Please continue your turn.
okay. So I moved up. Take a shotgun at short range. DN of 3 to hit him, you said?
3, yes.
And then because it is one assault, rapid fire, and spread. Okay. Okay. No mob. It's just that standard. 4 successes and a complication.
So, because you are firing into melee, and you also rolled the complication, we need to see who your attack hits.
Oh boy.
So, at a
I'm
1,
I'm standing next to him.
just the rules. Don't look at me.
Okay.
So, at a 1, 2, or 3, you're hitting cults. On a 4, 5, 6, you're hitting Varen. We both rolled under. You're super hitting the cult leader.
Okay.
Mhm. Now dump every single glory point into hurting this motherfucker.
So it's 11.
And how many?
You could spend
Do I have
up to
one
6 glory to
Oh, yeah.
add 6
No,
more
we're-
dice to it.
we're putting this guy down.
Save like
Uh,
one just in case someone needs it.
So let's go with I'm gonna spend 4 glory. So we'll save 2.
So
Sounds
roll
good to me.
4 more dice. 2. So there's 13 minus 6. That leaves 7 damage. We are going to spend another ruin point to try to mitigate some of that.
Oh,
We
What
are
is
going to
going
mitigate
on?
5 of it. Which means he takes 1.
2. 7 minus 5 is 2.
Takes 2. He's nearly blown to shreds from the shotgun blast, but is still standing. Barely.
Great, can I go then? If we're just like denying this fucker.
You want to
You know,
steal
turn?
some more initiative? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, awesome. We're doing the shooting. What's the DM?
3.
So
You
4
are
from
shooting into combat, just so you know.
Can I run up to him and then just like put my gun like right to him? then?
It's still
Any
shooting
shooting would
into
do
combat.
that. You got a melee.
Yeah, if you don't want to hit me.
Because combat
I'll
is
take
not
that risk.
static. They're not like standing still. It is moving.
Well, yeah,
back and
I know. I
forth.
just figured if I got close enough, I could just, you know.
No.
I
Alright,
tried
well,
to pull
I'll
that.
shoot
It
into
doesn't
him.
work.
Do it.
All right, so does the DN go up afterward, or just it's just a higher risk?
Just don't roll a 1 on the wrath die.
Okay, cool.
You didn't roll
I
a 1 on
did.
the wrath die. That is a hit. 10. I don't. Unless I can do it a 3rd time. I'm going to spend the ruin. I didn't. That is 10 minus his 6 for 4 damage. Reduced down to 3 damage. You want to take him out?
Woo!
Blow him the fuck up. Just immediately like full on tackle and just put the gun right into his stomach, and then like I almost like fly upwards for a quick second as just every bullet in the chamber unloads into it, causing like a horrible viscous of guts and glory.
The moment that impact hits, he starts to just collapse to the ground. The 2 of you close to him would hear the horrors. The horrors. His body is just engulfed in a bright blue flame.
Oh.
Don't like that.
Varen doesn't even pause. He's going after the others.
The others?
Yeah, the cultists.
And
Well, there's a
from
big old
where
squiggly in
his
front of you now.
body
What?
was, something erupts from the flames, multiple tentacles spreading out from this just dribbling maw, and it just screeches out, reaching for the two of you. That's a blue horror for any of our 40k fans. And you all are out of actions. I'm gonna go.
Well,
We're gonna do this and this. They don't take penalty for multiple attacks. So into Gamma first. Auto pistol, go. Gamma, I think your defense is a 1, right?
Yep.
That being said, they are firing a pistol in melee. That's at +2 DN.
Oh. Oh, you can't fire ranged attacks in melee unless it's a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we did that wrong. That's okay. It's fine. We're learning.
Hard way, but we shall learn.
You can
So yeah,
John Wick.
the pistol hit. There, the pistol still hits, but it only has the one shift, so it is only 7 damage. Not enough to get past your resilience. Try to stab you with a knife. Knife stab, go. That's 4 with a damage roll. No, 5 damage. Still not gonna get past it. Same thing on to Varen. Auto pistol. What's your defense?
Defense 3.
3. No. Knife. No. Cultists are worthless. That's fine. I have a blue horror.
It will also be rendered worthless soon.
So many things. Yeah, we're just gonna put some claws into Gamma there. Defense 1. We might as well throw some ruin into it for an extra dice. So that is 4 damage shifts. More. So 7, 8 damage. So 1 after your resilience.
Can I determination?
Absolutely.
Nah,
You just take a point of shock.
that's fine. Does that give me the bleeding condition? No,
No.
or is that's determined by weapon, isn't it? Okay.
And we're gonna put some
I'm waiting
claws into. What's up?
I'm just waiting to use this corrosive bile ability. I want to just bleed corrosion on him.
Into Varen.
All right.
That's 5, so that's 2 more damage shifts.
Okay.
So 7 damage, not gonna get past your resilience.
Yep. Rosarius. I love it.
Alright. Top of round 2. All of you good to go?
Okay.
Just a quick question. So, based on what we just learned about ranged weapons in melee combat, does that apply to my flamethrower? And how does this work then? Like,
I
because
would say
as far as
so.
I'm concerned, it's just a melee weapon that does fire.
I think flamethrowers inherently just engulf everything in front of them in fire.
So
Yeah,
attacks with a flamer, ignore cover.
You got a melee weapon?
I think I now qualify as a melee weapon.
Yeah.
Blazing liquid fills the space between you and your target in a straight line. Anything in that line is also hit with the attack. You can shift when you make a ranged attack test with a flamer to arc the stream of burning chemicals into a number of meters equal to your ballistic skill rating. Anything in this arc is also hit by the attack.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, yeah, what would you like to target?
Can I'm thinking if I moved over just a little bit, I could like do a straight line through the top cultist and the blue horror.
Everybody's kind of tumbled together though because they're in melee.
Right. Her. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so how does how does it work to just like shoulder charge in like hit the top cultist there in the back and just like shoulder check him into the blue horror?
I don't believe that's a mechanic. We can absolutely double check. You can grapple.
It would be like shove.
Is
Something
there
like
a
that?
shove?
I don't know if they're.
I'm taking a look at the combat actions right now.
I mean, I could definitely see like shoving him back a space, but as far as shoving the two of them together away from your allies, I think that would be a little.
Oh, like at this point, I just want to feed the cultist to the blue horror.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. Just a full round of charging, just shoulder checking and shoving them together. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't even need to roll for that.
Okay.
All right. It is over to me.
Unless we steal the initiative,
Yeah.
which I'm definitely going to do.
Okay.
Down to 4 glory.
Seeing as no one is hurt currently, we're gonna move 2, and I can hit the blue horror from there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's gonna rev up her chain bayonet, just and go in for an attack.
Go for it. Defense of 3.
Okay.
Up 1 second. I forgot. I forgot something. This rulebook is massive. Lies. That is not what page it's on. Oh, no, you're right.
Why would you trust it? Of course it lies.
I need you
It's
to make
a
a
book of
fear
heretics.
test.
Make a what now?
A fear test, which is a resolve at DN 3.
Okay.
Resolve at DN3.
We have glory. Okay.
Is that everybody or?
Just Yvette as you go to make that attack.
Oh,
2 successes.
So I gain 1 point of ruin, and you gain the fear condition. Which means that you
And
have
what-
+2 DN to every test you make, as long as you are afraid.
Okay. And that happens as I move up, or when I attack?
But when you go to make the attack before you actually rolled it. So it would actually be defense of 5.
Yeah, I have no way to hit.
This thing, it just
Um,
glares at you, and your attack just pulls back ever so slightly.
I mean, it is a demon.
It is a demon.
something...
Okay. So I did the attack and it failed.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else. So
All right.
no.
Well, now I'm going to go unless one of you wants to spend some more glory.
I can try and kill it.
I mean, let's do it.
Sure. Down to 3 glory.
Well, let's see what we can do here.
Only pistols can be used in melee range.
Mm-hmm. All right. However, I have a melee weapon, and I'm very, very pleased with it.
I do also need a fear test from you,
Yes.
which is resolve at a DN 3.
Okay, that may be the tough bit, but we'll see.
You also gain fear, and I gain
May
another
I
point of
spend a
ruin.
glory to add a die?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I think you can add it to basically any test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plus.
I'll only spend it with the consent of the party.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
All right.
down to 2 glory.
I should have done that.
Dang.
No,
All
you are
right.
afraid.
Let's see what we got then. What's the DN to?
It is
Hit
now
him.
5.
All right. I can do this. Do this.
It's 3.
Okay.
Any
I-
wrath left?
No, I used my last one last round.
Both of you just stare at this thing as its multiple limbs just start waving back and forth. Looks at you hungrily. All right. Now it's either over to me, or are you all stealing the initiative again?
No.
All right. The blue horror is going to spend 2 ruin to use its coruscating flames.
Oh boy.
This can hit any number of targets as long as they're within 3 meters of each other. Which I think everyone is within 3 meters of someone. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. 1, 2, yeah. So we'll just go up the line. It is just
Oh,
going
no.
to spew out flame that hits Varen, no, not Varen, Gamma, and then up to Yvetta, and then up to Gamma, and then over to Samael, and then up to Klaus.
I'm glad I'm at the end of the shit receiving end. So if one of you guys could just end it at you, I'd be so eternally grateful for the rest of the night. That is a lot of dice. Never mind. I take it back. I'm about to get fucked.
That's Does it have to roll once for each? I'm just gonna roll once for each. So the flames against you, they do hit, which means you are on fire. And going with the line, try to do this quickly.
Oh my goodness.
And Wrathful
That's
Critical.
that's a lot.
Apply on
That's a
fire.
lot.
The fury of this blow causes horrific pain, dissecting pieces of the foe's body in a scene of carnage and woe. Target suffers one mortal wound. That is onto Yvetta. We're skating flames. 3 onto Varen.
Yep, meets it beats.
You are on fire. Samael. 6. You were on fire. And Mouse. You are on fire. That is.
What if I
Mhm.
pray really, really hard to the Emperor, and then water just starts spewing everywhere?
Your tears don't count. Thankfully,
Fuck.
that is its combat action. It gets no attacks. And it's back to you.
There
Yeah.
is one issue with this. This is a pink horror move, and if I
Mhm.
remember correctly, you're playing a blue horror.
That's why.
So
That's
I
why it
don't
had to
think
spend ruin to do it.
this is okay.
You just realized you activated my trap card.
Yeah,
So,
you just
I will place this Uno reverse, and now you're on fire.
So,
I sue.
Samael or Klaus? Who's going?
Samael, you can go.
Super quick, what does being on fire do for us?
At the
Persistent
start of your turn,
damage.
you take 1d3 mortal wounds. You can use your action to throw yourself prone and roll around in an attempt to put out the fire. Alternatively, you could just ignore the flames and you make a willpower test, and you just don't care. So, Samael, you, top of your turn, will immediately take 2 mortal wounds.
Okay, so do I note those differently than
Nope, they just,
regular ones?
I believe they just can't be reduced to shock.
Okay, gotcha. So now we're all on fire.
Yep.
As one does.
Half of you are afraid.
Can I just back up a little bit and
So either
go screw it? I'm gonna if he's gonna spit fire, I'm gonna do it too.
Usually
a
things that spit fire don't care about.
either needs you to take your action to throw yourself prone to try to put out the flames, or make a willpower test to just fight through the fact that you're on fire.
Okay, hold on. Let me just.
It's not like D&D where you can be on fire and just be like, I don't care. I have 150 hit points. This is 1d6 damage a turn. I'm fine.
Yeah.
If you played Pathfinder, that 1d6 fucking adds up, okay? Fucking alchemists, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Hey, seriously, the one good line out of the movie End of Days. Yeah, you know, it's really amazing the sort of stuff you'll agree to when you're on fire.
So, Samael, are you throwing yourself prone, or are you making a willpower test?
What the hell? We'll try the willpower test.
It's DN3.
Okay. Holy
You
cow!
Fight through the fact that you're on fire. You are hindered. Which, what does that mean? Great question.
And he
Heck is
just
hindered.
growls, "My turn, bastard."
Right. Prone, poisoned, pinned, on fire, hindered. Yes, you can take your turn as normal.
Okay, so I'm just gonna back myself out of melee a little bit, and then I'm going to do that arc thing with my flamethrower.
So, who are you targeting?
So I want to throw the arc through. I'm not sure how to notate it, but at least on my screen, there's like if you held a ruler out, there'd be like a straight diagonal line between the top cultist and the blue horror. Yeah. So like, I want the spread to end at the blue horror.
So you're targeting the horror.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do the arc so that it hits well, I guess I don't even have to do the arc really.
Yeah. Just don't roll a 1 on your wrath die. Because then you target a random person in the melee combat.
Okay. All right. So.
The horror is a defense of 3. You are hindered, so it is a defense of 4.
All right. Okay, so combat flamer. So it's a DN of 4.
4. Yep.
Okay. And then.
Do not roll a 1 on your wrath die.
Okay. And then let's see here. Okay, got it. Can I use aim on this?
Yeah. Oh, did you move?
I backed up a little bit.
So the aiming is a move action.
Okay, all right.
Just for those of you that are afraid, an ally can pass a leadership test of a DN2 plus the fear's value to break you out of the fear.
It was something that happened a little bit ago. Somebody used their simple action to move and then use their move action to aim.
Yeah, I did that.
Sure,
Okay,
go for it.
Is a cool. I think this is a medium range.
Yes, you're at medium.
Okay. So. Oh yeah.
Yep.
So
that
I
is a
can.
wrathful critical, so you can go ahead and roll that.
Aw.
Headshot.
Staggered.
Also, so let's see here. Let me just expand this here so I can actually read it.
So suffers 2 mortal wounds.
+1 for my arsonist trait.
Suffers 3 mortal wounds.
Yup.
Plus any glory you want to spend.
Hold on a second. I'm still trying to.
Oh, +1 wound for every glory you spend?
Mm-hmm.
Dump it.
Dump it. Yeah, dump it. Use all the glory.
Okay. Well, I'm also trying to. I can't read this correctly because my screen won't resize it right. So I can read the whole thing.
You had +2 total from your traits, right?
I've got my Promethean proficiency and my arsonist. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
without damage, if you dump glory points, that's 7 mortal wounds.
Do it.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Plus 10 for the damage, with a resilience of 4. That is 16 wounds.
Woo!
Is he down?
Well, the cultist
Is he-
in front, I'm not even going to roll for because that's ridiculous. Evaporated. The blue horror is cooked on the spot.
Holy fire.
Wrath rain down!
For anyone that knows how horrors work, when a blue horror is killed, they are split into 2 brimstone horrors.
Oh,
Okay, team, I really didn't realize he was gonna pull, and this isn't my final form.
For anyone that's played the tabletop, they knew this was coming.
I.
A little bit.
Yeah, coulda warned me.
Well,
just jumped
Why? You were doing so well.
you evaporated the blue horror, which was the main threat. The pig horrors are much easier, or the brimstones are much, much easier to kill.
Yeah, but I bet I can't light him on fire.
I mean, we're all on fire. We can probably spread
Well-
the love.
That is the end of your turn. It is back to the top of the round, which is all of you. To make this
Wait,
simple,
hold on. I haven't had a chance to
oh yes,
go.
Yeah.
Don't forget me, asshole.
You take 3 mortal wounds from being on fire.
Me or Samuel?
You,
Oh
Klaus,
shit.
and either stop, drop, and roll, or a willpower test.
Willpower, please. I'm willing to die.
Yeah,
In the name of the Emperor.
DN3.
DN4, actually.
Fancy. With your corruption. You don't care.
Ooh.
And you
And I
gain
get a
some
double
glory.
I'm willing to die. Kill me, asshole.
We shall dine in the shade.
Yes.
Yeah, you can act as normal.
Shoot one of the other. What?
You can act as normal, but you are hindered, so all of your tests have +1 DN.
That's fine. I'm gonna target one of the pink ones.
Yeah.
DN is what?
3.
3, 4. So I'm hitting at a DN5 right now.
Yep.
Awesome. What can go wrong?
And you are
Dead
shooting
eye.
into combat, so don't roll a 1 on your wrath die. You didn't roll a 1 on your
did it.
wrath die.
Ooh.
I did pretty well.
So
Did
you
it 6
just
on that?
hit. Oh,
So that.
it already included the 1.
So
So what's the
does
damage of
that
your
mean?
weapon?
10.
Evaporated. They have resilience of 3 with 3 wounds.
Oh, okay.
You motherfuckers! I will die in a glorious death!
Top of round 3 is back to you. And whoever would like to go, I will roll for your mortal wounds.
I'll go ahead and go.
1 mortal wound.
Okay, I will roll determination because my Rosarius lets me do that.
Against mortal wounds. Well,
Against
alright
mortal
then.
wounds. That's what power field and invulnerable saves does in this.
Go for it.
Let's see here.
Noted for next time.
The room is just bathed in fire. There's bullet holes everywhere. You still take the wound.
I still take it. So I am wounded. Okay. All right, and I have to make a resolve test, or to
willpower
try and-
to fight through
Willpower.
the flames. Yep. The N3.
okay.
Y'all don't care about flames. You were literally burning in demonic fire, and you're like, no, for the Emperor.
Unfortunately, I'm at. Well, wait. Am I still afraid?
I
The
don't.
blue horror's dead.
Yeah, the source of the fear is gone.
Cool. All right. In that case, that makes things a lot easier.
But you believe that they'd recommend a pink horror for this fight?
I believe I killed one in one shot, so I believe yes. I think so.
You
That's a
killed
good
the
idea.
blue horror. The pink horror is the one that blue horror split from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, try it.
I'm gonna pretend like I understood what that meant and the fact that it's not midnight and my
Pink
brain is
horror
kind of
splits
rot.
into two blue horrors, then splits into. Then each blue horror splits into two brimstone
Yeah.
horrors.
Okay, then I have a question. What kind of Minecraft fuckery is this with slimes? Okay, like
Unfortunately, you are consumed by the flame.
Oh well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. If you succeed, you take your turn as normal. If you fail, you are hindered. So neither of you are hindered. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Not that it mattered because you both did terrific, but you are hindered, and you can take your turn as normal.
Fantastic.
You just hinder me.
I did. There we go.
There's hindered. Okay, cool. All right, and let's try and chainsword this little bastard.
Go for it.
What's the DN?
3.
5 for me because of everything.
You got this. Yeah, you got this.
Excellent.
Yeah. Roll your
Fire him
damage.
up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
That'll
So-
be a 12.
Let's do the math here. Resilience of 3 down to 9 with 3 wounds. No, it is cut to pieces.
Om nom demon.
So, I'm just going to roll a single d6 for the rest of you for this turn. 2. Everyone else suffers 2 mortal wounds from being on fire.
Ow. Alright. Are we out of combat?
You are officially
Mr.
out, Yvette. You could hop over and start helping people to put out the flames, start tending to the burns.
Mhm.
Mr. Hoopster,
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead, sir. Yes, sir, I am. My mortal wounds has gone over my limit.
You're in the
So,
dying state.
I'm dying.
so the first one would have taken you to dying, which means the second
Okay.
one would have given you a traumatic injury.
New traumatic injury. Awesome.
Maybe I get to do that amputation after all.
Do it to my heart. Let me go out in glory.
Let's
Look, you keep saying it. I'm gonna walk over there with the shotgun and dispatch you right quick.
Just your
What?
left hand. It's literally
My
just your
great-
left hand. Sit still. Someone hold him still.
let's go ahead and roll for that traumatic
Big
injury.
girl.
Where the heck? Traumatic injuries. Leg. You suffer a severe leg injury. On a 1, 2, or a 3, your left leg is damaged, which it rolled a 1. If you lose both legs, you're unable to walk, run, or sprint and may only crawl. The flames, they just gather around that leg and just start burning it to a crisp, causing you to collapse down, unable to bear the weight of it
So
anymore.
much pain. This hurts so fucking badly.
You know what? You've earned it.
Are you gonna kill me?
Get the cowboy music. With that, the cultists are dispatched. Sister Yvetta, you're able to tend to your allies in the various states that they're in.
Take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand.
eventually able to call for reinforcements. And
Baron, you realize you're on fire. Am I? Oh.
systematically erasing the cultish influence from this planet. My only and final question would be for Gamma. Are any of you leaving this planet alive? Are you
Ooh.
reporting any of this to the Inquisition?
I'm looking at my personal mutations,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the Inquisition, or me personally, I can live with these. These will help me find the corrupted
Mm-hmm.
and dispatch them more
Of
quickly.
course.
If I have found out that the good mother has fucking psychic powers,
She never used them in front of anybody at all.
then I have no reason to execute her on sight.
No.
This
A
little
wonderful
German boy,
phrase, isn't it?
this little German boy has been yelling about how he wants to go down in glory since we got here.
Be careful! Once more, I will remind you for the 100th time. I
This-
do not have a penis. It is not down there.
This German child has been wanting to die since we got here. I might have to.
Oblige.
It's
Or-
only in battle though. If you just get yourself
Dying
killed
boy.
like that,
Yeah.
you know, where's the honor?
Are you gonna
Um,
make me like? Wait, hold on. Is it gonna be like The Walking Dead, where it's like, look at the flowers, and then?
well, Gamma, one evening after you've had a chance to recover and you are making that decision, heading down to your makeshift medical quarters, looking for Klaus to possibly put an end to her corruption, you find the medical bay empty. No Klaus to be seen.
No, Klaus.
Nope.
That's fine. They survive.
No one seems to know where she went. Sister Yvetta, last time you tended, I mean, she was still suffering from burns. But wherever she went,
I
who
don't know
knows?
what happened.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Ord camp, I was one of you.
Certainly
believe.
not going to, in our next playthrough of Wrath and Glory, bring a supreme cultist with one burned leg just casting this wave of psychic powers over the party.
Fuck yeah.
But
I
that is...
did my character sheet wrong the whole time.
We are super late, so hope you don't mind if we kind of blow through our outro a little bit. Thank you all for being here. Thank you everyone for coming and supporting us. This game is fun. It is deadly. I can't wait to get my hands into a little more. Play with some higher tier characters. Play with some maybe some Tyranids.
Hmm.
Who knows? But yeah, real quick, just want to go to the line. Give everyone a chance to tell people who you are, and if you got any projects that you're working on, where they can find it. Start to my left with Morgan.
Hi there, I'm Morgan Stutler. I played Varen of the Wrath, and I was your minister and priest for the evening. I am on twitch.tv/Precarious on Friday night, so tomorrow night, with the Mists of Makani Level Up 5e game. I'm also currently working on projects for the League of Swords, which you can look up on YouTube.
League of
Hey,
Swords.
that's Mike.
Yeah. Up to Vivian.
Hi, I am Vivian. I am at ViviCakes101 on Twitter, as long as that site exists, which may not be much longer.
Sounds
I
like tonight,
am-
and then it's gone.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I
everyone's
saw the
being on
news
Twitter right
going
now.
on. Yeah, and it looks like the building shut down. Anyway, I'm not going to waste my time on Elon Musk. So, I have been working on my own D&D setting, and I am working currently on the first book in it, which is known as The Vagabond's Guide to Marenia, a setting that is inclusive, diverse, is starting with a Renaissance age, and then eventually I will be adding on 2 more books. 1, An Age of High Arcanum, and 2, An Age post-apocalypse, where the ruins of the Age of Arcanum are scavenged upon by the people who are left in its wake in order to find all manner of mysterious technologies, creatures, and abominations. But hopefully you all get to play that at some point in the future. Check out my Twitter, and I hope you all had fun watching Yvetta not get to amputate anybody. So,
You
Uh,
sound
I
so
have
disappointed.
felt you.
I am disappointed.
There
I didn't
were
have a wrist-mounted chain bayonet to not amputate someone, okay?
5 other combats planned in that adventure. I don't know how
Oh my
they expect
God.
anyone to get through that.
It's
I
a
don't
cheat.
know.
You
Just be
forgot
done
how
in a
good we
one-shot.
are at driving,
Yeah.
okay? You're so good at driving, we got to just skip all of that.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Highway,
Alright.
like Yvette pops highway star into the radio,
Apparently.
pushes the gear into shift, and
Alright, Frank.
Okay. I am Frank. I played Gamma. I did not know what I was doing until we took the break, so that's why it got a little better in the second half. But I had a lot of fun here. This is a really cool game. I look forward to playing in the future. I do not have any scheduled games coming up in the near future, but we will see once the December list drops. I am on Twitter
looking at the December
and
list right
Tumblr
now.
as Flying on a Pig. And then we what was that, Hoop?
I'm looking at the December list right now.
Okay. Cool. Well, you might see me next month then. Besides that, I'll catch you guys later.
Is there any Hanukkah one-shots I should know about?
No.
Dreidel of Doom.
Not this year.
Okay, I want to
Next
play
year.
that now. What the fuck?
I have to wake up in 4 hours, guys. Please.
Alright, over to Kai.
So, I am Kai. I played your just Torchmeister for the evening. I do not have any social media anymore. I got rid of it. But I will be back with these fine folks, or at least some of them, on I think it's December 1st for Fabula Ultima game.
Yes.
Is when we rescheduled it. Awesome. So I'm looking very much forward to that, and if you'd like to have me back for anything else, I'd be very happy to do so.
Yeah.
So,
James.
Likewise.
Hi, I'm James. I'll make this pretty quick. You can follow me at GeekJames513 on Twitter for however long that lasts. I've yet to move off of any other social media just for now. Let's see. I will be back here on Sunday playing Lancer with the Mechromancer cast as we go into the Kraken Shade Baronies. Follow Monster Speeds Guide to Friend Them for Pathfinder 2nd Edition on Kickstarter. That for my Workers Co-op Eldritch Osiris games. We are on this channel quite often, and we'll slowly buy out Hoop. So, yep. I think that's it. Oh, my book is coming out in March, Lost Omens Firebrands. That's it.
Yeah.
I did some work with Paizo.
I am Andrew,
Nice.
Games
I'm
Master
a
for
bit
the
of a
evening.
Pathfinder fan.
I love
Nice.
doing this. Soon, I'm going to be doing this for a living. It is crazy. It is just, the world is a soup. I don't know what it's all about.
What?
Yeah. I'm going to play games for a living, y'all. This is...
I'm gonna
Nice.
cry.
I'm signing up. I'm signing
How
up.
much?
The
How
world
much
is-
is it to buy you? As an
It's
employee,
very
of
cheap.
course?
It is very cheap.
Okay, cool.
2
I'll give you,
granola
like-
bars and a coupon for a cheesesteak.
That'll do it.
I'll give you 0.5% of my company.
Our friends
Enjoy your
over at
$1 a month.
DM Denial are currently live playing The World of Phelan. I'm going to throw right over to them before I do. Just, as always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.